out of the backcourt, all the way to the rim for a thunderous slam.
Every game, all season long, through the NBA Finals.
Drives, he jump stops, he's off balance, he put it up and in. I don't know how.
Your home for hoops is Sirius XM Radio. Now, let's take you courtside for the game.
Number one, a hard-fought, grinded-out 108-102 victory in Game 2. Both of those at Madison Square Garden. So now the Knicks are back on the road. This is the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Let's set the stage with who's in and who's out for tonight's game. No OG Anunoby. He was listed as questionable with the hamstring strain that he suffered late in Game 2, and he's going to sit out tonight's game. Josh Hart was probable. Mitchell Robinson was probable. Hart with a left thumb injury. Mitchell Robinson missed Game 2 because he was ill, but both of those Knicks are in tonight. So Hart and Robinson in, and OG Anunoby out. As for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid didn't play in game number 2. He is still listed as questionable, but when Nick Nurse spoke with the media about an hour ago, it sounded like Joel Embiid is going to give it a go in tonight's game, and we will, of course, give you a definitive update once we have that. Now, looking ahead to this one, the Knicks are coming off their first close victory of any kind in these playoffs. All 4 wins against the Hawks were by double digits, as was their Game 1 win against Philadelphia. Karl Anthony Towns, 20 points, 10 rebounds in only 27 minutes the other night in Game 2, with the Knicks a chance to take a 3-0 lead. What is the approach going to Philly?
Same approach as it's been for every game. Go out there and find a way to win. Keep bringing wins over here to New York and keep making our fans proud.
Knicks defense really clamped down in the fourth quarter of that game, holding Philly to 12 points in the final period. One factor, the Sixers' ability to take care of the basketball. 18 turnovers leading to 23 Knicks points. Their head coach, Nick Nurse, lamenting the number of turnovers.
They got their hands on a couple. We made a couple mistakes on inbounds as well. That is, certainly one negative of the game, and then they turn those into points. Pretty good. But, kind of the difference in the game is the turnovers and points off turnovers. And one of the differences for sure. Saying that, I thought our guys did a really good job of making the right reads. I thought we passed the ball good. Assist number's a little down, but it should be up if we would have, I thought we had maybe 4 wide open shots in a row that didn't go. We needed to keep the scoreboard moving, and we played great offense. We just didn't shot make.
Now this Sunday, tune into MSG at 3 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 4 against the Sixers, and then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. So the Knicks lead the series 2-0. Joel Embiid is questionable for Philadelphia. Despite that, Josh Hart knows that this series is not over.
This team just came back from 3-1, so you can't sit there and be happy about that or complacent and all that. There's 15, 16 teams ever that came back from 3-1. So we know what this team is capable of, so we got to make sure we continue to be focused.
Time now for By the Numbers, brought to you by BetMGM. And this is a good one, courtesy of our Alan Hahn. April 26th, 2013. That is the last time the Knicks took a 3-0 series lead. It was against Boston in the first round. Of course, the Knicks are trying to take a 3-0 lead tonight. Since then, the Knicks are 0-3 in Game 3s after they had won the first 2 games of the series. All of those coming in the Jalen Brunson era. 2 years ago, against this same 76ers team, Knicks won the first 2 games. They lost Game 3 in Philly, 125-114. The next round in 2024, they were up 2-0 against the Pacers, and they lost Game 3 in Indy, 111-106. Knicks would end up losing that series in 7 games. And then last year, the Knicks were up 2-0 against the Celtics, winning both of those games in Boston. Then they came back home and lost Game 3, 115-93. So the Knicks looking tonight to take a 3-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. That was By the Numbers, brought to you by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. This is the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Still to come, we'll check in with Wally Zerbiak from Philadelphia, get his thoughts and keys to tonight's game, and we will also look at what the Knicks were able to exploit in Joel Embiid's absence of game number 2. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Pat O'Keefe back with you from our New York City studios. It is the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery, getting you set for game number 3 between the Knicks and the 76ers. Knicks looking to take a 3-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. It's time now for the Knicks starting lineup brought to you by the Parisman Firm. And for the first time in these playoffs, the Knicks have a different starting 5. The backcourt, Jalen Brunson and Deuce McBride. He starts in place of OG Anunoby. The other 3 starters remain the same: Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns. So Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Hart, and Towns for the Knicks. And that was the Knicks starting lineup brought to you by the Parisman Firm. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS and get the justice you deserve. The Parisman Firm, where your case is their cause. For the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Kelly Oubre, and Joel Embiid back in the starting lineup for Philly. He sat out game 2 with a sprained right ankle and an injured right hip. Karl Anthony Towns was asked afterwards, with Embiid out, did the Knicks' game plan change at all?
They're a great team. They're a great team. So we knew we had to be executing at a high level. We had to be disciplined, and we had to do, like I said, we had to take care of the job. So, when we got the best fans in the world supporting us and bringing that energy, we know we could come out here and win at any time.
Mikal Bridges was asked how the Embiid absence impacted the Knicks' game plan.
Obviously, scouting-wise, how their offense is was a little different, but, knowing what they're going to do and, they're going to get out and means more opportunities for guys like Maxey and Paul. So and VJ and, everybody, Kelly, everybody. So we just got to be locked in even more and just stay with it.
Now, Embiid's going to start, but we don't know what kind of physical condition he is in. In Game 2, Andre Drummond got the start. He got into foul trouble, only played 15 minutes. Adem Bona, who never saw a foul he didn't like, picked up 5 fouls in 16 minutes off the bench, and late Nick Nurse had to turn to Dominic Barlow to log some minutes at center. And that could be a factor again tonight if Embiid, for some reason, can't go the entire game. Nick Nurse was asked about the center rotation that he used in Game 2.
Well, there was a number of things. I thought, Bona was impacting the game, especially early with the rim protection. He got in foul trouble. They went small, so there was, couple factors that would at least get out there and look at it. We felt we could switch a little bit more too with him. We had a couple breakdowns on some of that stuff.
And the starters, and the stars of the 76ers logged big minutes. 47 for Tyrese Maxey, 43 for Paul George, while Kelly Oubre and VJ Edgecombe each played 40. Here was Nick Nurse afterwards on how his top guys had to log all of those minutes.
Those guys are wanting to stay in there. They really were committed to fighting through the game for one thing. And I don't know, you look at Tyrese played almost the entire game, and he's a plus-minus of 0, 6-point loss. And so even the minute and 15 seconds he was out obviously wasn't very good. But yeah, I mean, listen, those guys, I thought not only they played lots of minutes, they played hard at both ends, and there was a lot going on and a lot of pressure on them and stuff. And I commend their effort. I just wish that a couple of those really good offenses, we would have, all we needed was 1 or 2. We didn't need all 5 of them. Just needed 1 or 2 to kind of get the thing to the, get it down to the end where we had a chance.
The Sixers, playing very shorthanded, did give the Knicks all they could handle in Game 2, but it ended up a 108-102 Knicks victory. This is the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Still to come, we'll chat with Wally Zerbiak from Philadelphia. Coming up next, a very special anniversary. In fact, the most special anniversary in the history of the Knicks franchise. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Attention Knicks fans. Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Welcome back to the New York Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Pat O'Keefe getting you set for Game 3 between the Knicks and the 76ers as the Knicks lead the series 2-0. This one coming up from Philly. It's time now for this date in Knicks history. For that, we go back 56 years. May 8th, 1970, the most significant date in the history of the Knicks franchise.
So now the crowd rising. Here comes Willis Reed. Reed making his way from the dressing room area out of the court. And Willis is receiving a standing ovation. And now Willis will take part of the pregame warm-up. And this will continue right through the pregame warm-up.
Willis Reed famously coming through that tunnel moments before tip-off of Game 7 between the Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers at Madison Square Garden. It was the Willis Reed game. He missed Game 6 with a leg injury. He was the league MVP that year, and just before the opening tip, Reed hobbled onto the floor. He scored the Knicks' first 4 points, igniting Madison Square Garden. Those actually were his only points of the night. and his Hall of Fame teammate, Walt Clyde Frazier, took over from there with one of the greatest postseason performances in NBA history, 36 points, 19 assists, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals as the Knicks beat the Lakers 113-99 to win their first ever NBA championship May 8th, 1970, 56 years ago today. Pat O'Keefe with you in our New York City studios, getting you set for Game 3 of this second-round series between the Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, the Knicks playing tonight without OG Anunoby. Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson are available to play. Hart is in the starting lineup. On the other side, Joel Embiid is in the starting lineup for the 76ers. Mike Brown met with the media a short time ago and was asked, how do you account for not having Anunoby on defense?
You know, no matter who's in or out, Mitch was out for his last game. We just have to go out and try to do our job, whatever our job is. Nobody has to do anything extraordinary. And so defensively and offensively, it's the same with those being out. You know, it's going to be a collective effort for everybody to step up. And you know, you always talk about next man up, and that's what it is during this time of the year.
And this is the Coach's Report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Mike Brown was asked if he has to manufacture adversity with the Knicks being ahead 2-0 in a series.
No, you just got to keep telling them the truth. And, you know, Philly's a good team. And, you know, you just take it one game at a time, one play at a time, one quarter at a time. You try not to look past that. You know, so I just, like I said, I don't try to do anything extraordinary with the guys. I try to tell them the truth about what has happened. You know, I try to keep it real. And then I also try to tell them what could happen, you know, based on my feel. And that's whether we're up 2-0, we're down 1-2, doesn't matter. Those are the two things that I try to do when I address the team.
And that was the Coach's Report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. The superior game meets superior taste. Grab a Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. On the other side, Sixers head coach Nick Nurse with his pregame conversation with the media a short time ago. Late in Game 2, with his top 2 centers, Andre Drummond and Adem Bona, both out with foul trouble, he turned to Dominic Barlow and actually matched him up defensively against Jalen Brunson. And Nurse was asked how using Barlow on Brunson can affect things.
It gives us a little bit more of a chance to switch, but so does Bona. Maybe a little bit more in Barlow's case. Obviously did some trapping. Seems to make that a little bit more effective as well. Gives us a chance to, again, like I said, move some other people around. And then he, you know, and there's some other switching going on too. So it gives us a few more switching partners and things like that. So yeah, it's good to see. And you'll probably see some of it tonight.
On the other end of the floor, Nurse was asked how he wants to attack Jalen Brunson when the Sixers have the ball.
We try to go at certain guys, you know, for sure, you know. Like to vary that. I think it's become a little bit too more bring the ball up, put them in a mid-pick and roll. And they're obviously blitzing all those, and we didn't do a great job of handling some of the get out of the blitz scenarios. I mean, we did a great job on some of them too. But you got to at least be solid on them. You got to get the first pass completed, and then you should be playing for 1-on-3. And I mean, we obviously got a bunch of dunks and a bunch of wide open catch and shoot threes, right? Even late, you know, late in the game, we were getting wide open catch and shoot threes out of the double team. So we did handle a lot of them great, but we got to handle them all solidly and above. Yeah.
And it's time now for a bonus This Date in Knicks history, May 8th, 1973. Also a special year in Knicks franchise history. On this date, 53 years ago, the Knicks defeated the Lakers 103-98 at the Garden to take a commanding 3-1 series lead in the NBA Finals. Game 5 would be in Los Angeles. The Knicks would wrap that up a couple of days later, winning their second championship in franchise history. We're getting you set for Game 3 between the Knicks and the Sixers from Philadelphia. Knicks lead the series 2-0, tipping off a busy weekend of NBA playoff action. 2 games tonight. The other one, the only series that is tied 1-1, San Antonio at Minnesota. The Timberwolves have Ayo Dosunmu and Anthony Edwards both listed as questionable in that game. The Spurs are fully healthy. And then 2 more Game 3s tomorrow. Detroit at Cleveland, Oklahoma City at the Lakers, the Pistons, and the Thunder. The respective number 1 seeds in their conference both lead their series 2-0. When we come back on New York Knicks game night, we'll head down to Philadelphia and preview tonight's game with Wally Zerbiak. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Counting down to tip-off of game number 3 as we welcome you back to the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Knicks and Sixers from Philly. Pat O'Keefe joining you in our New York City studios as we now head down the turnpike to Xfinity Mobile Arena and join Wally Zerbiak, who is on the call tonight, along with Tyler Murray. All right, Wally, let's start with the injury news. Obviously, from the Knicks' perspective and the absence tonight of OG Anunoby. Now, we know how good he has been these entire playoffs, arguably the Knicks' best player from start to finish so far. How do the Knicks, Wally, adjust tonight in OG's absence?
Well, it's going to have to be next man up, like Mike Brown said in his press conference. I think they've developed the bench for moments like this throughout the course of the regular season and in the Atlanta series. Mike Brown's not afraid to go deep into his bench. Guys have gotten meaningful minutes all year long. There are some guys that obviously aren't as high-quality players on both ends of the floor as OG Anunoby, but they can do some things on each individual end of the floor to kind of plug that gap a little bit. So Mike Brown and this coaching staff will be ready for guys to step up when their number's called, and hopefully they can give good high-quality minutes when they get the opportunity.
Wally, when you and I spoke at halftime of game number 2 the other night, you mentioned that the Knicks were finding a harder time on offense because Joel Embiid wasn't playing. Now, Embiid's back. He's going to give it a go and start tonight. So with him back in, how can the Knicks take advantage of that?
Make him move. That's the bottom line. He's compromised physically. Put him in as many actions on and off the ball as possible, as many high pick and rolls with Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, then involve him in actions and splits on the corners with Karl Anthony Towns handling the ball up top or Josh Hart handling the ball as a point forward. So I think, the opportunity for Karl Anthony Towns to use his now speed and quickness against Joel Embiid is going to be key because he looked a lot quicker and faster in game 1 than Embiid when he put the ball on the floor. So there are multiple ways that you can attack this Philly team now. Obviously, Philly's a little better offensively when you have a guy like Embiid out there, so the Knicks got to make them work defensively.
Wally, maybe the only blemish against the Knicks these first two games has been their propensity to find themselves in foul trouble with Embiid in Game 1, without Embiid in Game 2. What's your level of concern for the foul trouble against the Knicks, especially with Embiid back tonight?
Well, Embiid wants to get to the foul line. He was scared to make even 15-foot field goals. He didn't look confident shooting the ball at all in Game 1. He didn't look confident putting the ball on the floor and finishing around the basket. He missed a couple layups. He wants to get to the free throw line and, just kind of get cheap points. So I think the Knicks have to know that. They have to make him earn his points by making field goals and not bail him out and put him on the free throw line. Same thing with Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, those two are two of the best at getting to the free throw line, so easier said than done. But I think the most important thing is to make Philly earn their points by making field goals, because if they do that, the Knicks should have a distinct advantage, because the Knicks offense has been generating really good looks for them.
And the Knicks have a great opportunity to really take control of this series with the win tonight. With that in mind, Wally, let's get some keys to tonight's game. How do they get it done?
I think the keys are continue to try to turn this team over. Knicks have gotten a lot of points in transition, 48 points off turnovers in transition throughout the course of these first two games, which is big. With Embiid back in the lineup, try to play a little bit faster. Make him get up and down the floor. Don't let him just plod up and down. This is going to be a slower paced game with him out there. And I think the Sixers wanted to play faster without him in the lineup. So try to make Embiid run and play fast in the fast break type games. And the last thing is, don't put them on the foul line, like you mentioned. That's a huge key. I know Mike Brown has been really on that with this team. He's proud of the way the team obviously got the first two wins, but if there was an issue, it was too much fouling, and you can't continue to do that in the NBA, lose the free throw game, and continue to win. So you definitely gotta not put them on the foul line as much as they have the first two games.
Wally, thanks a lot. Have a great call tonight.
You got it.
That was Wally Zerbiak. We'll hear from he and Tyler Murray in a moment. First, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
And that will do it for New York Knicks Game Night. Coming up next from Philadelphia, it is Game 3 of this second-round series between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyler Murray and Wally Zerbiak have the call, and I will be back with you at halftime. My guest tonight will be Alan Hahn. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been Amazon Hub Delivery New York Knicks Game Night. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers, and the Knicks on a 7-0 run have their largest lead up by 4.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Four to shoot Bridges. Foul line. Step back. 20-footer. Got it. Mikal Bridges. A step back jumper over Oubre.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch, and with a 108-102 victory, have taken Game 2 and a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Live from Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia for the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Knicks, the 76ers. It's Game 3. Here's Wally Zerbiak. And with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
Game 3, round 2. Knicks at Sixers. We are live at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as the Knicks look to take a 3-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And you can say one thing about this Knicks team during the playoffs. They have proven they can win in a lot of different ways. The victory in Game 2, a 108-102 nail-biter, with 25 lead changes, the most in any playoff game in 11 years. They shot just 27% from beyond the arc, their worst shooting night of the playoffs. That came after their best three-point shooting night of the playoffs, 52% in Game 1. Well, the Knicks won both of them. And it's a good thing they can find different ways to win, because they'll have to do it in a brand new way tonight without OG Anunoby, perhaps their most impressive and consistent player throughout each of the first 9 games of this playoff run. He was questionable day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Mike Brown said about an hour before the game that he would not play. On the other side of the coin, Joel Embiid will. He did not participate in the Sixers' loss on Wednesday. He was out there, and for a lot of the Knicks' offensive night, he was food as the Knicks took him to the rim. Step-back jumpers. Jalen Brunson got whatever he wanted, and we'll see if that trend continues tonight. But the Knicks, with a 2-0 series edge, will look to put the Sixers on the brink with a win in a building that they've won 9 of their last 11 games in the Jalen Brunson era in the regular season and the playoffs. Glad you're with us, everybody. Alongside Wally Zerbiak, I'm Tyler Murray. We're playing Wally ball tonight in Philly for a playoff edition of Friday Night Knicks on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Fans still filing in here. It's been a busy Friday afternoon and evening. The Phillies are underway across the street, trailing the Rockies 1-0. And we've got a moment of silence here for the dearly departed brother of Sixers coach Nick Nurse, for Steve Nurse, his brother, who passed away unexpectedly at 62 just last week. We will join the pregame proceedings here in Philly.
Outside of this work, Steve was deeply involved in his church, sharing time through ministry, the church choir, and volunteer work at the local food pantry. Steve also found joy in creating rosaries, a meaningful practice that became an expression of his faith and his generosity. Above all, Steve will be remembered for his warm personality, his quick wit and joyful spirit. His legacy of love, friendship, and faith and laughter will live on in all who knew him. We send our heartfelt condolences to his wife, Lori, and the entire Nurse family. And at this time, we ask that you observe a moment of silence. Please welcome to the court members of the 314th Recruiting Squadron to present tonight's colors. And to honor America, please stand if you're able. Remove your hats as we celebrate our freedom and those who defend and protect our country with the singing of tonight's national anthem. Performing tonight's national anthem, the first double amputee to receive the honor of Eagle Scout. Give it up for Ron Brooks.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, who were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
Once again, we're set for Game 3 from Philadelphia. Knicks and Sixers. It's a 2-0 lead for New York. Same exact spot they were in 2 years ago, but that was, of course, in the first-round series after the Dante DiVincenzo shot stole Game 2 from the Sixers. Philly wound up winning Game 3 here at what used to be called the Wells Fargo Center. And that's one of 3 consecutive losses the Knicks have had with an opportunity to go up 3-0 in a playoff series. Last year, after the 2 incredible comeback wins in Boston in the second round, they could not go up 3-0. They lost Game 3 by a sizable margin at Madison Square Garden, but eventually won that series in 6. And then the previous playoff year, they were up 2-0 on both Philly and Indiana, but dropped Games 3 both times. Can they reverse that trend with a win tonight? We're going to find out shortly as Cole Hamels of Philadelphia Phillies fame will ring the Liberty Bell, or what appears to be a replica, at center court. Let's get to the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Very experienced crew. It is Mark Davis, Josh Tiven, and Ray Acosta. That was the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Starting lineups for the Sixers, it's the same one we saw on Monday in Game 1, because Joel Embiid is back after missing Game 2 with hip soreness and an ankle sprain. In the backcourt, it's Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Both of those 2 talented, speedy guards were showing signs of fatigue in the fourth quarter on Wednesday. Tyrese Maxey, he had 6 turnovers in that game, only had 9 giveaways all of round 1 across the 7 games against the Celtics. Maxey mentioned that he jammed his injured finger at some point during the game, and it affected his confidence trying to dribble out of Nick double teams, which they threw at him periodically throughout the second half. So keep an eye on Maxey's handle tonight. And VJ Edgecombe, he was shooting the lights out for 3 quarters in Game 2, 3 out of 4 from downtown, but he was 0 of 3 in the fourth quarter from beyond the arc. Philadelphia as a team, 12 of 24 from 3 until the fourth, when they went just 1 of 10, and that truly did decide the game as the Knicks won by 6. On the wings, it's Kelly Oubre and Paul George. They both had excellent Game 2s, but they had to play a ton of minutes. Oubre, 40 minutes, 19 points. George had 19 points of his own, but after turning 36 just a week ago during Game 7 against the Celtics, Paul George, he had to play 43 minutes in the Game 2 defeat. But George did say after the loss, quote, "We like where we're at. We played good defense. We just didn't make shots, but a lot of positives came out of that game." Joel Embiid did not participate in that matchup. 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist in Game 2. So Embiid available for the Sixers, and Anunoby out for the Knicks. But 2 guys who were probable, still good to see them in there. It's Mitchell Robinson, who missed game 2 with an illness, and Josh Hart, who had a thumb sprain on his non-shooting hand. He is good to go. X-rays were negative. In the starting lineup, though, for OG Anunoby is Deuce McBride. The Knicks going to be a little bit smaller. Jalen Brunson and Deuce McBride in the backcourt, and that moves Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges to the wing positions with, of course, Karl Anthony Towns in the middle. When Towns has been on the floor, he has played at a triple-double pace for each of his last 5 games. He had 2 in the final 3 games against Atlanta, and if not for the blowout in game 1 against the Sixers, he didn't need to play. He might have had another double-digit rebound, assist, and point game. And because of foul trouble in game 2, he only played 27 minutes, but he still had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. So for the second consecutive series, it seems that the biggest advantage in terms of personnel the Knicks have is that they have Karl Anthony Towns and the other team does not. The Knicks are in their blue unis tonight. It says New York on the front in orange, numbers on front and back in orange. And the Sixers in white uniforms. It says PHILA on the front in blue with a red trim. Numbers in that same style in blue with red outline on the front and back. Wally Zerbiak, we are set for game 3, and you almost always see an excellent counterpunch from a team trailing 2-0, especially coming home for the first time in the series. What are your expectations for a must-win game from these Philadelphia 76ers?
Nick Nurse is a very accomplished coach. He's won an NBA championship. He's going to get in the lab. He's going to make some adjustments. Without OG Anunoby, he can do a lot of different things to throw at the Knicks. And I think he's going to change up a ton of things. Matchups that he wants to go after, people he wants to exploit. OG's defense guarding all 5 positions has been so important in the first 2 games that keep an eye on Nick Nurse changing up a lot of the way he attacks the Knicks tonight.
Empty seats at opening tip at Xfinity Mobile Arena. We'll see how well they fill up, but plenty of orange and blue across the lower bowl as Philly wins the tip. Oubre in the paint from right to left, and he banks in a layup 5 seconds into the game, and it's 2-0 Philly. Brunson across midcourt from left to right. Knicks in blue, Sixers in white. Brunson pressured by Edgecombe along the timeline. Will dribble across it from low to high. McBride up top, marked by Maxey. To the left elbow, he drives, pulls up for a rainbow jumper. That's off the front rim, and Embiid gets the rebound. Deuce McBride is 2 for 14 from 2-point range in these playoffs. He's at 40% from 3. Maxey left wing, pump fake, and a repost pass underneath on the left block for Embiid. Kicks it up top for George, and he hits a 3 from straight on. It's 5-0 Sixers.
Sixers are ready to go. And Embiid is not looking to score. He's looking to draw double teams, and his guys, especially Paul George, locked in this series.
Bridges drive and kick. Hart right corner, dribbles out of it. He's in the paint and then got stripped by George. It's Maxey speeding ahead from right to left. Brunson got a hand in there, almost stripped him clean, but the call of foul. Josh Tiven says it's free throws for VJ Edgecombe. And with a 5-0 lead already, it's a chance to make it 6 or 7 for the Sixers.
Yes, Sixers have come out with complete aggression on the defensive end of the floor. First possession, Jalen Brunson has his back turned, can barely get the ball over half court. They're pressuring every single pass to every player. There was no passing angle, so you can see this Philly team is really aggressive to start, especially defensively.
At the basket to our left, Edgecombe hits the first free throw. We've seen it before, but Josh Hart had a wide open corner 3. Not only did he pass up the shot, he turned it over after dribbling into a crowd in the middle of the paint. He missed his first 4 3-pointers in game 2, then hit a huge one in the fourth quarter to tie the game at 99, and that was the last time the Knicks were trailing. Both free throws good for Edgecombe, 7-0 Sixers. Hart in the paint, right side layup, won't go over Embiid as the Knicks broke a press and try to run and hurry. Right wing 3, Paul George, back rim no. Josh Hart gets the rebound. Knicks ball down 7. 100 seconds gone by in game 3. Hart at the right corner. He's given room by Embiid. That's his matchup in the early going. Brunson up top instead. Screen on the right from Hart. Brunson right side baseline. Step back jumper for 2 off the back rim. Offensive rebound Towns. No, poked out of his hands and off the side of his head by George, out of bounds. And the Sixers will take it.
That was a better possession by the Knicks. Josh Hart, if Embiid is guarding him, he's going to be setting multiple picks for Jalen Brunson coming off those screens, and Jalen can get whatever he wants with Embiid in help position.
George underneath, catches, pump fakes. Hart bit it on the pump fake, and then George slams it for a 9-0 lead. That usually is OG Anunoby's assignment, Paul George. Hart slashing into the paint on Oubre, makes some space with the right hand and lays it in with the left off the window, and the Knicks are on the board. It's 9-2. Of course, Hart has had some big moments in this building. The series clinching three-pointer in Game 6 2 years ago, and he almost got a steal, poking it away from George at the foul line, but it comes up top to Embiid, and Hart poked it away from Embiid, but he got it back to the near side mid-post. Kick out right wing Maxey, now far corner, a three from Edgecombe, front rim no. Rebound tipped by Towns. He and Embiid go down, no call. Sixer fans, they know Towns has had foul trouble. They're asking for a personal foul, but it's not coming. Towns up top, Knicks from left to right. Towns pushed by Embiid at midcourt, and now they call it, and Embiid goes over and yells at Ray Acosta. He might get teed up here if he continues arguing. A frustration foul clearly from Embiid. And yes, maybe it could have been a foul on Towns on the other end, but that's not the right way to respond if you're Joel Embiid.
Shocked he didn't get a technical. Got right in the official's face. Then he smacked the ball away. Complete histrionics. I mean, how's that not a technical? I mean, these refs are going to let him play tonight, obviously.
9:20 to go first quarter. Knicks ball down 7. McBride left wing. Finds Hart far corner, and his three-pointer rattles out with a good contest from George. The Sixers are forcing the ball into Josh Hart's hands early, and it's been working. Now Maxey fumbled a dribble across midcourt. It goes over the timeline, and as he picks it up, it's a backcourt violation.
Yeah, that's a shock. Maxey is a very low turnover player, and he's been turning over the ball a lot in this series, and it's because of the defense of Mikal Bridges getting up to him early, making him uncomfortable. He had 6 turnovers in the last game, so the Knicks have to continue to put the pressure on him. He said that finger's bothering him a little bit, and you got to just continue to be physical with him at the point of attack.
Got a wrap around his right ring finger. Knicks ball from left to right. Slow start, down 7, 3 minutes in. Towns up top, pump fakes, drive to the foul line on Embiid. Now all the way to the rim, and a right-hand layup through some contact, but no call. Knicks back within 5. Now it's Embiid up top. Of course, he's got the one foul. Dribbles to the right side perimeter, hands to George. Pick and roll, George foul line. Bounce pass to Embiid, far side mid-range. Lumbers inside, missed a layup with a contest from McBride. Brunson now right side wing. Thought about a three, he'll dart inside instead. Missed the layup and a tip-in rebound from Josh Hart. And after a 9-0 deficit, the Knicks on a 6-0 run. Embiid left side mid-post, spins baseline, stripped by Towns, but a foul. And it came before the shot, so no free throws for Embiid, but 8:25 to go in the first quarter, and the inevitable first foul has been committed by Karl Anthony Towns, which certainly changes the tenor of the game.
Yeah, the refs got to be careful with this. The physicality is going above and beyond where it should be. And Embiid got away with a foul on the other end of the floor where Towns should have gotten an and one. Now that they each have one foul, both these guys, they better be a little bit more careful than they've been to start this game.
George, left side mid-post, pulls up for a jumper, stripped by McBride, but he got the loose ball back. He'll bring it to the near side angle just in front of the stripe. To the left baseline, step back jumper for 2 is good over Josh Hart. He's been hitting shots like that all postseason. It's 11-6 Philly. Towns up top, met by George. Ball fake as he picked up his dribble. Looking for some help, he finds Hart on the near side wing. Given some space by Embiid, he gets it to Brunson, right point. Marked by Edgecombe, 8 to shoot, 7:54 to go in this first quarter. Brunson, right side drive, works his body into Embiid. Air ball to layup, and it's caught in midair by Towns, and he'll feather it through. Karl Anthony Towns with an early 4 points, and it's 11-8, but now they let B.J. Edgecombe open underneath. He throws it down, and it's a 5-point lead.
He throws it down, and he comes hanging from the rafters. That boy can fly.
Hart throws it away, hoping for Bridges, far corner, got Maxey instead. Edgecombe again, the alley-oop off the Maxey feed, and Mike Brown needs a timeout. A slow start, and you might have expected it. Philly, the more desperate team, they've got a 15-8 lead with 7:25 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, but the Knicks are hanging in there. You can't give live ball turnovers. This team is too athletic, too good in transition. V.J. Edgecombe is a highlight film waiting to happen. He has 2 spectacular finishes, alley-oops, high-level alley-oops that I would give a perfect 10. Knicks got to regroup. They'll be fine because they have some matchups they can take advantage of.
Towns and Hart each have 4 points, but Hart's got 2 turnovers. It is a 7-point Sixers lead with 7:25 to go in this first quarter. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Sixers 15, Knicks 8. The Knicks missed their first 3 shots. They were down 9-0 out of the gate, and they got 6 straight. And it's been 4 points apiece from Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart. But you wonder how this lineup with 2 smaller guards, Brunson and McBride, is going to hold up across the course of this game. Certain bench matchups you like, but Philly doesn't give you many bench guys to take advantage of because they're going to play with Embiid available 6, maybe 7 guys across the course of the game.
Listen, size and length wins in the playoffs in the NBA. And the Knicks are very small with the starting lineup. I understand Deuce is the kind of quasi-6 man, so next man up. But at the same time, the Knicks need to get bigger out there. At every position, they're giving up size, they're giving up strength, they're giving up weight. And that's putting them in really tough positions defensively because they have to bring double teams all over the court.
They will not make a substitution yet. By the way, no points for Maxey nor Embiid. 7 from George, 6 from Edgecombe on 2 highlight slams, and 2 from Oubre. McBride will take it across the timeline from left to right, defended by Maxey. Knicks in blue, Sixers in white. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. New York ball down 7. Brunson right corner, pump fake to 3, drives baseline on Edgecombe. Left-hand layup, too strong. Brunson's missed some easy ones in this game. 0 for 4 from the field. Embiid out high, catches left elbow, pump fake on Towns. They'll repost him on the left side, foul line extended. Towns has to keep his hands off him. He will now. Both playing with 1 foul, and a pull-up jumper is good for Embiid. The Sixers back up by 9 again.
That's the shot Embiid was missing in game 1. He was not comfortable making that shot, but maybe the little bit of rest, he's got his legs under him. Looked like he looked a lot healthier with that take shot.
Offensive foul, Josh Hart, that's his 3rd turnover. Looked like a pretty decent screen on the right sideline, but VJ Edgecombe crumpled in a heap after the contact came, so the Knicks give it away down 9.
Look, he didn't move his feet, but he used his elbows and stuck it straight into Edgecombe's ribs. That's why he was called for that foul. Knicks got to be smarter right here on the road. They've come out with not as much attention to detail.
Back to Embiid on the left side, elbow, bounce pass underneath to Oubre against the smaller Brunson. Try to draw a charge, no call. Ball George on the right wing, rattles in a 3. Hit every part of the rim and dropped through. 12-point Philadelphia lead.
He is locked in. Anytime he gets any airspace, you can count that three. Knicks got to watch bringing double teams because he is ready to make them pay.
Into the game at 53% from beyond the arc, Paul George. Towns baseline drive sealed off by Embiid on the far end. Now reset to midcourt with McBride. On the left side perimeter, pull up three over Maxey. In and out, rebound, Towns, and he banked it in. Second time he's had a putback without coming back to earth before scoring. He's made it a 10-point game. 6 points for Towns, 3 of 3 from the field, and a whistle and a foul on Bridges. He was face guarding Maxey along the left side, and as a bounce pass came his way, it eluded Maxey out of bounds, but they'll say it's because of the wrap-up by Bridges. 5:47 to go in this first quarter. Sixers 20, Knicks 10. Embiid, topside, hands to Edgecombe near the center court logo, a red 7 and a blue 6. Hart went down off ball. They'll call an offensive foul on Paul George. He went to the right wing, shoved Hart, and then faded toward the near corner. He would have been wide open, but Ray Acosta says that's an offensive foul.
A lot of gamesmanship going on between all these veterans out here. Josh Hart, Paul George, a lot of chatter with these officials. Both teams trying to get any edge, teams and players trying to get any edge they can with the officials.
Knicks want some more size. Mitchell Robinson will check in next whistle. 5.5 to go first quarter. They're down by 10. Bridges hounded at midcourt by Oubre. 10 to shoot. Left wing screen from Towns. They're going to call an offensive foul. That's 2 on Towns, and the question now is, will Robinson come in for him or come in to join him? It's a 10-point Sixer lead with 5.5 to go, and unfortunately, that's all 3 games now. And Towns has had to come out before the end of the first quarter because of foul trouble.
That's 5 moving screens called in the first 6.5 minutes of this game.
Wow.
I mean, these officials are not letting guys get away with this type of physicality, and I like it because these players are trying to push a little too far.
Robinson comes in for Towns, so he's playing with the starters. Oubre in the far corner launches a 3. Back rim, no. Rebound, Robinson. Outlet almost stolen by George, but Hart has it. He'll speed ahead on Embiid, who lets him go right to the cup. Didn't want to foul, and Hart gets an easy layup. 8-point game.
That's a good point. Embiid has 1 foul. He doesn't want to get that second. He wants to stay out there on the floor. You just let Hart finish over him.
It could decide this game. It might decide the series. Who can stay out of foul trouble? Right now, Embiid winning that battle. George, a wild step back. Left corner 3 is good. He can't miss right now. He had nowhere to go, so he went into a half spin and then rose up over the smaller Hart to make it an 11-point lead.
Too big. He can see over Josh Hart despite the fact perfect defense. Hart's given up 3-4 inches.
Brunson. Screen on the right from Robinson, steps into a right wing 3, and he knocks it down. Big 3-pointer for Jalen Brunson after starting 0 for 4. It's an 8-point game. That was the first triple for the Knicks in the game. Maxey left side baseline drive, reverse layup is good. That's his first basket as well as he snuck around Robinson. 10-point game. Brunson. Across midcourt, top of the arc, bounce pass right corner, Bridges, catch and shoot 3. It's good. So back-to-back 3-pointers, Brunson and then Bridges. It's 25-18.
Boy, has he been good. I mean, Mikal Bridges, he was 26 for 35 in his last bunch of playoff games, starting 1 for 1 here. He is just money in the bank when you leave him open.
Timeout, Nick Nurse. Knicks doing well to hang around in this game. A lot is going Philadelphia's way, but just a 7-point deficit, 3:54 to go in the first quarter. Your point on Mikal Bridges, it wasn't coming from the Knicks, but there were calls for him to go to the bench. Media members, fans. Mike Brown and this coaching staff stuck behind Mikal Bridges, and man, has it paid off. His last 3 games, averaging 20 points, 3 assists, and he's shooting 74% from the field. That's 5 of 9 from 3. You can make it 6 of 10 with that last corner 3. And he's 21 of 26 from 2-point range, Mikal Bridges. If he can keep up his strong defense on Tyrese Maxey, well, you got yourself an all-star caliber series from Mikal Bridges. But for now, the Knicks trail by 7 with 3:54 to go in this first quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Fans still filing in, or so they hope, here in Philadelphia. Plenty of white T-shirts still draped across the seats with a red 7 and a blue 6 on them. But the fans that are here are not wearing orange and blue. They're having a nice time. Plenty of Knicks fans in the building. But right now it's been a Philly Fest. 25-18, they lead it. And Paul George is 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. He's got 13 points to help lead the Sixers to the 7-point lead. Now, if there was a solution to slowing down Paul George, the Knicks would have used it already. But any thoughts, Wally Zerbiak, about how to try and slow down playoff P, who has really emerged here in Game 3?
Put more length on him. That's the bottom line. I mean, this guy has been an elite scorer for his whole entire career. And when he sees a smaller defender, even at his later age, he still knows how to get a little bit of space and get his shot up. So if Josh Hart is on him, he's going to be able to get whatever he wants. You have Mikal Bridges, who's locked up with Tyrese Maxey, doing a great job on him, obviously. But maybe a guy like Jeremy Sohan might be a good matchup to slow down a guy like Paul George.
4 minutes left first quarter. Maxey speeds to the cut, passes to Quentin Grimes, left corner. He just checked in. Now it's George out high, defended by the smaller McBride. Step back, crossover, right elbow, spins, pulls up for a fadeaway jumper and drains it. Not much more you can do against Paul George right now. He's got 15 points, Sixers by 9.
And that one was over Deuce, who's even smaller than Josh Hart. So the bottom line is, at some point, you know, Mike Brown's going to live with those tough shots, but Paul George isn't missing over smaller defenders.
Only sub the Knicks have made so far is Robinson in for Towns. Brunson foul line. Oubre on his hip, reaching from Maxey, poked it away, and it comes to Andre Drummond, who is in for Joel Embiid. So Maxey, Oubre, George, Grimes, and Drummond against Brunson, Hart, McBride, Bridges, and Robinson. Drummond at the foul line. Pass to a cutting Oubre. Missed a layup. Rebound tipped out of bounds from behind by Robinson. It'll stay with the Sixers. And now we'll see Landry Shamet for the first time. He comes in alongside Jordan Clarkson. Knicks down 27-18 with 3:03 to go in the first. This has been a grind for the Knicks. They're shooting 50% from the field and from 3, but they've turned it over 5 times. From the left baseline, Maxey ready to inbound. McBride comes out, and Shamet in the end is not going to join the action, so it is just Clarkson in for McBride. 14 to shoot. Maxey's inbound. We're still waiting for it. It comes to center court for Oubre. Crosses over Brunson to the foul line now. Backing him down. Spin center of the paint. Pull-up jumper around and out. And Brunson comes up with a rebound. Final 3 minutes first quarter. Knicks ball down 9. Brunson up top. George on his hip. Left elbow Brunson. Lowers his shoulder. 2 steps across the paint. Right hand hook shot wouldn't go. Offensive rebound Robinson. Then tipped into the hands of Maxey. They're going to call a foul on Philly. wrenching that ball free from Mitchell Robinson. And the good news for the Knicks is that's just the second foul against the Sixers, so no free throws for Robinson. And Andre Drummond did indeed come over the back of Robinson, so he gets hit with his first foul. And now Shamet's going to come in with 2:44 left in the first quarter. Knicks down by 9. Josh Hart will come out. He's tied with Karl Anthony Towns for the team high 6 points. Big opportunity here for Shamet. Fell out of the rotation after the first 2 games in Atlanta. Inbound comes to Robinson. Knicks from left to right in blue. Sixers in white. Brunson double team near sideline. Shamet up top, driving right on George toward the right side block. Tough fadeaway jumper for 2 is good from Landry Shamet. It's a 7-point game.
You said it. That was a very difficult fadeaway jumper. Landry Shamet, welcome to the playoffs on the offensive end of the floor, and the Knicks need more of that.
George, top of the circle, long 2, off the back rim. Good defense from Bridges. Rebound Clarkson. Attacking the basket 2, all right. Clarkson throws it out of bounds. Was it tipped by Grimes? No, slipped out of Clarkson's hands. He was sending it toward the right corner, but it went about 3 rows deep. 7 first quarter turnovers for the Knicks. They've been dominating the turnover battle ever since falling behind 2-1 against Atlanta. Oubre left elbow, slashes to the paint, almost poked away by Robinson, but he got the loose ball back and then rose to the rim for a layup. He missed it, but he was fouled by Clarkson. So Kelly Oubre will get his first 2 free throw attempts. Knicks haven't had any tonight. They trail by 7 with 2:01 to go in the first quarter.
And you can see the Knicks are a little confused without OG Anunoby out there. There's a lot of different matchups defensively where they're just thinking a little bit. It's not quite instincts. It's not quite reactions. They're not quite on the same page the way they've been in this series defensively. It's going to take a little bit more time for them to adjust because he's such a key piece defensively and being an anchor.
Covers up for a lot of mistakes that we probably don't even notice because he's on the floor. First free throw is good from Kelly Oubre. It's an 8-point lead for the Sixers. They will bring in Dominic Barlow, who played the final 15 minutes of game 2. 6 points, a steal, a couple of blocks. Got matched up with Jalen Brunson down the stretch. That didn't go great for Philly, but he showed a little something, and no surprise to see him enter in the first quarter. Oubre gets both 9-point Sixers lead, and Embiid checks back into the game as well. Knicks have Brunson, Bridges, Clarkson, Shamet, and Robinson. Brunson at the right side, Xfinity Mobile Arena logo. Up top, passes left, Bridges catch and shoot 3 over Barlow. Not this time, rolled around and out, and then Joel Embiid grabbed Robinson on the rebound. They will call the second foul on Embiid. And Robinson able to extend the possession by drawing the loose ball foul. No, it's Kelly Oubre, they said, who is now arguing, so I had that wrong. Sorry, Wally.
Ooh, Embiid got away with one. Oubre with the push of Mitchell Robinson in the back. And then Embiid hooked Mitchell Robinson's arm as he was trying to jump. So it was pick your poison on who you want to call it on. But I think the Oubre contact happened first.
Yes.
So that's a huge lucky benefit for the Sixers there that Embiid didn't get a second.
Bridges finds Robinson up top, back to Bridges on the left side, perimeter, screen from Robinson, pick and roll, Bridges right side lane line, pull-up jumper, very short. Robinson almost had the offensive rebound, and he does. He'll hand off to Brunson, far corner. Baseline drive on the far side, gets to the rim, and a floater is good. No backboard required. It's back to a 7-point game, 1:25 to go in the first quarter. Now Brunson started 0 for 4. He is now 2 for his last 3, 5 points. Chance of defense start here from the road crowd. Grimes steps back, right wing, 3 over Shamet. Front rim miss, rebound Brunson, boxing out Edgecombe. About to hit the final minute of the first quarter. Brunson to the right side wing, screen from Robinson, dribbles across the foul line, kick it, Shamet, far corner 3. Off the backboard and in. Serendipity for Shamet, and the Knicks are back within 4.
He was my key player to watch in the pregame. He's ready to go. He brings great attacking defense like he's brought all season, and he can knock down shots.
Embiid posting up near side mid-range on Robinson in the lane. Turns with the right hand. Hook shot off the front rim and in. Joel Embiid gets his 4th points of the first quarter. Knicks ball down 6. Brunson and Robinson, high pick and roll. Straight on 3, Brunson. Too strong, wide right, rebound Edgecombe. Brunson may be looking for a foul there. Edgecombe coast to coast all the way to the rim, and a right-hand layup spins out off the backboard. Nick Nurse wanted a foul. And the Sixers wanted a 2-for-1 there, but Knicks get it back with a second and a half between the timers, so they may be able to drain this all the way down and get a late shot clock shot up. 7 to shoot, 8 to play. Bridges to the foul line. 2 steps in the lane, hangs in the air and banks in an acrobatic double clutch layup to midcourt with Grimes. Down the lane with 2, layup at the buzzer, hard off the backboard, and no whistle, no foul, just the final horn of the first frame. And after trailing by as many as 12, a Landry Shamet sparked bench unit gets the Knicks back within 4. It's 31-27 after the first quarter.
What a response by the Knicks. This was a really physical first quarter, a lot of flopping, a lot of jarring with the officials, but the Knicks settled into their offense. Some key contributions by some bench guys, Landry Shamet being the one, Mitchell Robinson being the other, and this is a ball game right now after 1.
They're not going to run away with this one tonight like they did by 39 points in game 1 or by 25 plus in the final 2 games of round 1. This is going to be a grinder, but the Knicks have shown that playoff mettle to hang around after taking a heavy punch or 2 from Paul George and the Sixers team. 31-27, Philly in front. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Second quarter is next. Knicks down by 4. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Sixers 31, Knicks 27. Paul George, the only scorer in double figures, 15 points. And when he's got the ball, it feels like he's the only guy out there. No matter who the Knicks have defending George, he is rising up and hitting outrageous off-the-dribble contested shots, 3 of them from downtown, 2 of them inside the arc. And in search of a solution, the Knicks will have Jose Alvarado, Josh Hart, Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, and with 2 fouls, Karl Anthony Towns back on the floor against Maxey, Grimes, Barlow, Edgecombe, and Embiid, so they do not have to deal with Paul George to begin this second quarter. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. From left to right comes Alvarado. Knicks in blue, Sixers in white. Alvarado trying to hand to Towns up top. Broken up by Barlow, so Alvarado has to reset. Shamet comes up for a right side screen, and now Towns posting up Barlow at the near side mid-range. Just inside the three-point angle, backs him down to the right elbow, finds Clarkson for a foul line floater. It rolls around and in, and the Knicks are back within 2 points after trailing by 12.
There goes the point center, Karl Anthony Towns, dropping dimes. He loves to assist the basketball. He's a really gifted passer at his size.
And a nice job to let Maxey go by for a left baseline layup. Towns playing with 2 fouls. I think that would have been a foul a couple of games ago, but yeah, you do concede the 2 points, but you need Towns on the floor. Alvarado out high. Screen on the right from Towns. Alvarado backs up to the near perimeter. Up top for Towns. Barlow defending. Rip through move. Throws it up. They won't count the shot. And it will be a reach and foul on Dominic Barlow as the two-way foul hunting does continue from both sides on offense and defense. But Towns knew that would be a foul if he brought the ball down low because Barlow had his hands on him.
Yeah, that was a good job. It's interesting how the NBA changed that rule. That really hurts James Harden's ability to get to the free throw line because he loved to do that. That was in the act of shooting technically, but the NBA changed that rule. I like it. Knicks have to take it out on the side.
Knicks ball down by 4. 1 minute gone by in the second quarter. Shamet right side baseline drive. Reversed layup. Sneaked it in around Maxey and Embiid. How did he put that one through? Now Shamet wants a foul call. And it's not coming from Ray Acosta, but Landry Shamet's got 7 points off the bench, and it's a 2-point game.
And a couple beautiful drives to the basket. One pull-up where he got the bucket, and that was a tough finish around some pretty athletic rim protectors.
Embiid left side elbow, take a dribble to the middle of the paint, takes one more, pump fake, double team, turns around, bounce pass to the right wing, edge going for 3, front rim, backboard no, and collected by Hart. Knicks can tie or take the lead. They have not led yet. 10.5 to go second quarter. Hart down the lane, stops, pulls up, missed an open layup, but he got fouled. When he stopped, Dominic Barlow flew by, and then it looked like Edgecombe clipped him from behind. Dominic Barlow, though, had a reach in, so he'll get called for a second foul. And the Knicks will have a chance to tie it at the free throw line. And Hart's left wondering how he missed that layup in the first place.
Well, he shouldn't have missed it. I think if he would have made it, the whistle would not have come. There was a little bit of contact, but he was not fouled in the act of shooting. He was fouled on the floor a lot earlier before he attempted that shot.
At the basket to our right. He misses the first free throw short. The sprained thumb is on his non-shooting hand, but you wonder how it's been affecting him so far. As Paul George will check into the game. He's been by far the Sixers' best player, and as their 12-point lead has dissipated, no surprise to see him come back in for Dominic Barlow, who's got 2 fouls.
He played 43 minutes in game 2. At his age, 35 plus.
He just turned 36 last week.
Exactly. So he only got a minute and a half of rest, too. And this would be the time to rest him to start the second quarter. You know, maybe play him a lot in the second half, but they need him out on the floor.
Hart misses both free throws. Free chicken nuggets for the fans here, but the Knicks get a new possession. Offensive rebound, Landry Shamet. It was tipped out by Towns. 5 to shoot. Knicks ball attacking the basket to our right, down by 2. Hart up top, defended by Embiid. Thought about his 3, passed out of it to Towns, and he caught it too late. Shot clock violation before he hit a right-hand layup. So Josh Hart's struggles continue. 2 missed free throws, 3 turnovers, and that might as well count as number 4. It will be credited against Towns, though, because the ball was in his hands. Sixers ball from right to left, up by 2. Embiid foul baits on Towns, and it does not work. And Clarkson took the rebound away from Grimes. Long outlet to Shamet, and he throws it down on Maxey. The game is tied 33-33 with Patrick Ewing in the building, seeing his number on the scoreboard twice.
Good job by Karl Anthony Towns, not going for the foul bait by Embiid, just holding his ground. Embiid throws up a terrible shot. Knicks immediately get it to the other end, and an electric finish by Shamet.
Step back right wing George now to the foul line, spins on Shamet, almost stripped. He got it back, finds it underneath, missed a layup, and the rebound lost out of bounds by Grimes. Knicks will take over with a chance to take the lead for the first time. 9.5 to go second quarter. From down 12, it's knotted up. Towns on the right side, point defended by Embiid. He'll take him to the right side, block, and he got rejected by Embiid underneath. It's Grimes on the move, passes to a streaking Maxey all the way to the rim for a right-hand bank shot layup around Alvarado. Big swing there on the defensive effort from Embiid. 2-point Sixer lead, 35-33. Hart on the near sideline, pressured by George, reach in. Now a screen from Towns, right side baseline drive, Hart to the cup, puts it in with 2 hands. He was met at the rim by George. Not quite a dunk, but a 2-hand layup and a strong finish from Hart. He wanted a foul. The game is tied at 35.
You better go strong when you take it to the rack in this one. because there is a lot of physicality if you want to finish and get a 2-point bucket.
Embiid lowers his head to the rim, missed a wide-open right-hand layup around Clarkson. Hart will spin across midcourt at the right side wing. Left-hand dribble, gets it to Towns up top. Straight on pump fake on Embiid. Now to the foul line. George wanted to draw a charge. Good pass out by Towns. Hart on the move inside. Finds Sham at right wing. Three-pointer, short. Rebound tipped out by Clarkson. Alvarado left wing three. Buries it. The Knicks take their first lead at 38-35. And then Towns and Embiid go crashing underneath the right side basket. I believe Ray Acosta signaled for a double foul, which would be 3 on Towns and 2 on Embiid. Let's see what exactly they say. Count the basket, three-pointer for Alvarado with 8:20 to go in the second quarter.
That's a rough call if that's a double foul. Oh, it's on Joel Embiid.
He was overruled by Josh Tiven, who was closer to the play. He said it's only a foul on Embiid, and man, is that a good result for the Knicks. Not the third on Towns. Yes, the second on Embiid, and a free throw coming for Towns because the foul happened as the shot was going in for Alvarado.
And it's the right call, too. Joel Embiid again trying to foul bait, locked up Karl Anthony Towns under the basket, and then just pushed him down.
And this will be a fascinating challenge from Nick Nurse before the free throw could be taken by Towns. 8:20 to go in the second quarter. That has seen a little bit of everything, including some let's go Knicks chants during that last whistle.
Foul. Assessed Embiid.
Mark Davis says the Sixers are challenging the loose ball foul, and this is really all about trying to get a third foul on Towns and take off the second foul against Embiid, because that three-point shot should count either way. We will take a break while they take what I'm guessing is going to be a long-ish look. 3-point Knick lead, 8:20 to go in this second quarter. A 15-point swing after trailing by 12 early in the first. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
They are still looking at this call with 8:20 to go in the second quarter, so perhaps there's something we're missing. What I can tell you is that Joel Embiid is talking with Ray Acosta, getting some kind of explanation. That usually suggests that Embiid is receiving bad news. If you missed it, we went to break on a Nick Nurse challenge. Jose Alvarado hit a three-pointer, and during the positioning for a potential rebound, Towns and Embiid both went crashing to the floor underneath the right side basket. And after watching several replays, I think Wally Zerbiak and I can agree that the contact was started and finished by Embiid. So I'd be surprised if they hit Towns with his third foul, which means the best case scenario for the Sixers is a no call. And also the factor of keeping their second challenge. But I don't know, Wally, if you had to guess, it seems like an unsuccessful appeal from Nick Nurse, which of course would eliminate their chance to challenge any other call for the rest of the game.
We'll see. It seemed like Nick Nurse just got really emotional about the call. That's the big thing. He let his emotions.
Upon review, it has been determined that Towns initiates his contact by grabbing the arm of Embiid. Therefore, the call on the floor has been overturned to a loose ball foul assessed Towns. The basket will count. It will be the ball on the baseline, okay, as after any other score.
I think I'm comfortable saying that's the most surprised I've been on a replay review all year. And Nick Nurse is still arguing with Ray Acosta, but he got what he wanted. They're going to have a second challenge. Towns has to come out of the game with 3 fouls. Embiid still has 1. No free throw for Towns. It is a 3-point Knick lead, but the Sixers have possession going from right to left. So I guess the initial hook and hold from Towns, as we have seen, was called a foul. Okay. Oubre across midcourt. Sixer ball attacking the basket to our left, and then a foul called on Hart on a left elbow bounce pass looking for George. He couldn't get there because he was tangled up with Hart, who picks up his second foul.
That's a huge call, too. Now that Karl Anthony Towns is probably not going to be able to play the rest of this quarter, and the Knicks are making a run with him out there on the floor. He really makes Embiid defend, and Embiid struggles to move. That's a big call that went the Philly way.
Far corner, Grimes catch and drive, gets it back to Oubre for a right wing triple. That's hard off the back rim. Rebound tipped by Grimes back to midcourt. It's George now into the far corner for Grimes. Ball fake, Embiid to the right elbow. Pump fake on Robinson. He does not bite, so he rises for 2 and misses it too strong. Good disciplined defense there from Mitchell Robinson. Knicks ball from left to right with a 3-point lead. Robinson up top, watched by Embiid. Left-hand dribble, thought about a backdoor feed to a cutting Bridges, and eventually hands off to Alvarado toward the far sideline. Backs up on Grimes. 4 to shoot, spins to the foul line, now down the lane, and Grimes pumped it away from behind, out of bounds right baseline. Only 2 seconds to shoot for the Knicks. 7:24 to go in the first half. They lead by 3, and now they'll get their starting backcourt into the game. Tonight that means Brunson and McBride coming in for Alvarado and Shamet. Landry Shamet and Jordan Clarkson, a +12 in the game. They both sit. Alley-oop off the inbound, throws it down. Mitchell Robinson over the top of Joel Embiid. How's that for an inbound play with 2 on the shot clock?
Go at Embiid. He cannot move. Compromised with his mobility, and the Knicks are exploiting it.
He'll take it into the chest of Robinson on the other end, middle of the paint, runs over Big Mitch. They'll call Robinson for the foul, and 2 free throws coming for Joel Embiid. It's a 5-point Knick lead, 7:09 to go in the second, and that's their 3rd foul. The New York Knicks fans are chanting something rude at Joel Embiid. Doesn't hear it often in his own building, but that is the nature of the Knicks fan base. They're willing to travel across the country. They're okay traveling down the road to get here. At the basket to our left, Embiid, despite all the foul baiting, will take just his first free throws of the night. And he misses the first off the left side rim, puts his hands on his hips, showing a little fatigue here. He's 2 for 6 from the field, 15 points. Does have 3 assists, but only 4 points. Tyrese Maxey, in the meantime, hasn't missed a shot yet. With only 6 points, he's 3 of 3. Knicks fans are booing Embiid. Sixer fans are booing the Let's Go Knicks chants. So in the end, a rude greeting for Embiid at the left side foul line, but he gets the second free throw. It is now a 4-point New York lead.
This is wild. This is like NCAA tournament games where you have half of the crowd is cheering for one team and half of the crowd's cheering for the other.
Brunson at the right elbow, spins on Edgecombe, who reached in, and Brunson got fouled on the floater. Missed the shot, but 2 free throws on the way for Jalen Brunson, who also has not taken a foul shot yet in the game. That's a great comparison, Wally. Of course, you know all about March Madness on the court and on the mic, as we have MVP chants being drowned out with boos here in Philly as Brunson will till the free throw line to our right. Knicks by 5, 6:55 to go in the second. And Brunson hits the free throw just below the two championship banners he and Mikal Bridges helped hang here at what was called Wells Fargo Center when they won the title for Villanova. Josh Hart won it in 2016, but he was in the NBA in 2018 when Jalen Brunson won National Player of the Year. And somehow fell to the second round in the draft. Second free throw, in and out around the back rim, and it's spun free for Drummond. So a 5-point Knicks lead, 6:49 to go in the second quarter. Sixers have four starters without Embiid out there. It's Drummond playing center for now. Maxey left elbow pull-up jumper is good. He's gotten the hot hand when he's had room to shoot tonight. 4 for 4. It's a 3-point game.
But again, Deuce McBride was in perfect defensive position, but he's a little bit too small to guard a guy like Maxey. Saw it in game 2. Knicks got to watch these matchups with the smaller guards on Maxey and George.
McBride kicks it to Bridges, right wing. He'll step to the paint. Lob pass to Hart on the left angle into the far corner for Bridges. It was poked out of bounds by Oubre into the Knicks bench, and with 3.4 to shoot, it'll be a late shot clock inbound for the Knicks from the far sideline. 6 minutes and 16 seconds remain in the opening half. New York 41, Philly 38. McBride will trigger the inbound. Brunson trying to break free left wing. He does, but back near midcourt, 2 to shoot. 2 dribbles, left wing triple in the air. He got it! Jalen Brunson at the end of the shot clock hits his second three-pointer, and the Knicks have a 6-point lead.
Huge shot right there. That was not easy. Off balance, 2 guys all over him, and he beats the shot clock.
Oubre foul line, 1 dribble, and he is swatted by Robinson all the way back to midcourt, but George has it. Oubre left angle, 7 to shoot. Pump fake and a drive on Robinson. Lowers his shoulder, pull-up jumper, air ball this time. Mitchell Robinson owns Kelly Oubre at least for one possession, and it's Knicks ball from left to right. 5:40 left before halftime. Brunson right wing, 3 off the dribble, not this time, wide left. Rebound Maxey, he wants to run. 3-on-3 the other way. Oubre foul line, kick it left corner. Drummond can shoot it these days, but not here. Air ball wide right. Rebound Oubre, throws his body at the rim, and a layup missed short, but a foul is called on the Knicks. Kelly Oubre is finding the ball in his hands in dangerous areas lately with Mitchell Robinson lurking, as Deuce McBride will get his first foul, and that sends Oubre to the free throw line. Sixers down by 6 points.
Some wild lineups out here for the Knicks especially. They are just giving up so much size at every position. At the same time, their effort is max effort in order to try to make up for that lack of size. They are fighting as hard as they possibly can against these taller, bigger Philadelphia players.
First free throw is good for Kelly Oubre. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
With Wally Zerbiak, I'm Tyler Murray. Oubre gets both a 4-point Knick lead with 5:25 to go in the second quarter. McBride and Brunson in the backcourt. Hart and Bridges on the wings, and Robinson comes out to set a right side screen for Brunson. Into the right corner for Hart. Rip through move on George, and he will draw a foul. That is 4 on the Sixers, and there's a double-edged sword there, Wally. No more fouls to give for Philly, but they're bringing in a Dem Bonin now, and I've got a guess as to why. If they foul Mitchell Robinson away from the ball for the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds, he'll be forced to shoot free throws. Rick Brunson and Mike Brown are talking about whether or not to bring in Ariel Hukporti, who initially ran down to the scorer's table, but now he's being sent back to the bench. Is the conversation, let's see how it goes. Maybe Mitch has the free throw stroke tonight. Knicks ball on the right side baseline. Bona grabbing the front of Robinson's jersey. Not calling a foul just yet, so Brunson can face up on the right baseline on Edgecombe with 5 to shoot. Right hand dribble, baseline drive, keeps his bounce. Spins toward the left elbow, now back to the baseline. 1 to shoot. Pump fake, leans in. Foul called on Edgecombe. Nick Nurse wanted a foul. I thought he might argue for a shot clock violation before the foul, but instead it will be VJ Edgecombe's second personal, and free throws coming up for Brunson. 4-point lead, exactly 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Good job. Jalen Brunson was all wrapped up by a bigger, more athletic defender and VJ Edgecombe, but Jalen's pump fakes, his footwork, not committing a travel, just a great job of baiting the rookie into jumping up and fouling him and getting himself to the free throw line.
After the expiration of the shot clock.
They are reviewing it to see if the foul happened after the shot clock sounded. Watching it live, I thought maybe it did, but as they slow it down, Wally, I think I see that initial body-to-body contact from Edgecombe with about 0.3 on the clock.
Definitely, yeah. And because
replay has confirmed the on-floor decision that the foul occurred prior to the expiration of the shot clock.
So yes, foul on Edgecombe. That's number 2, and Brunson will get his 3rd and 4th free throws. Knicks by 4. You may have heard Nick Nurse yelling at Ray Acosta from the far sideline. I believe based off the move he was pantomiming, and yes, he did this. He thinks Brunson pump faked and then jumped about 2 feet into Edgecombe to draw that foul. I don't think that's what happened, though. Brunson able to hit the free throw. So he's the first Nick in double figures, 10 points, 5 assists in just 15 minutes. Still stuck on 15 points. They're trying to manage his minutes a little better today, it seems, after he had to play 43 in game 2. 45-40, Knicks in front. Second foul shot is perfect, so Brunson has 11. Knicks 46, Philly 40. Under 5 minutes to go before halftime. Knicks have their starting 5 minus Towns plus Robinson on the floor. George left side, try to pick and slip with Bona, but Bona wasn't looking. Knicks go the other way, 2-on-2. Bridges to the cup, Euro step and a right-hand layup and one. Foul on Bona, who just had a miserable sequence. A turnover on one end and a soft foul for a 3-point play on the other. It's a game-high 8-point Knick lead.
And he's getting a tongue lashing from the veteran Paul George, who's looking at him like, hey, when they double team me off this pick, I am getting you the ball immediately. We're going to have a 4-on-3 advantage if you go and attack the Knicks, because they are bringing the double team on Paul George on that pick and roll opportunity. So really good job by Bridges turning it into a 3-point play.
Bridges sinks the free throw. He's had 8 very important points in this game, trying to carry the load from the wing stop offensive production department with no OG Anunoby. Oubre slashes in the middle of the paint, muscles Brunson out of the way, and hits a wide-open left-hand layup. See if Oubre tries that again. Pretty high percentage shot. After missing 6 of his first 7 field goal attempts, he's made it a 7-point game. Brunson left wing pump fake. Gets it back from Robinson, top of the key, pick and roll, foul line. Pass to the far corner, Bridges takes a 3 and connects. Mikal Bridges has the last 6 Knick points, and they lead by 10. 4:05 to go, second quarter. From down 12 to up 10, George spins, far side baseline pull-up, will not go, tipped away from Bona by Robinson, and Bridges gets the rebound. In his hometown, Mikal Bridges driving down the right side lane, heat check, pull-up, air ball from the far side block, tipped by Robinson out toward the top of the key, and Hart can reset. Left elbow on Oubre, finds Brunson left wing, jab step left on Edgecombe. Now he dribbles left toward the far baseline, gets around him and banks in a left-hand leaner. Knicks by 12, timeout Philly. What a turnaround for New York. From down 12 to up 12 with 3:37 to go in the second quarter of game 3.
The defense has been stifling. Mikal Bridges all over the place. Mitchell Robinson anchoring and finishing with defensive rebounds. And then with this small lineup, the Knicks are getting whatever they want off the dribble. They are beating Philadelphia off the dribble every single possession, breaking down the defense and lighting them up.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ Q. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with autopay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The Knicks lead the Sixers 54-42 with 3:37 left in the second quarter. And Wally Zerbiak, there's been one factor in this game that you have pointed to all night, and it's made an absolutely massive difference.
Yeah, 16-0 bench points. And this is on the road. This normally doesn't happen on the road. Normally the bench gives you the injection of energy when you are at home. But Landry Shamet has been flawless. Jordan Clarkson has been outstanding with his bench minutes the whole entire playoffs. Continued that, and having Mitch back after missing game 2, he's been huge in anchoring the defense and dominating the glass. So the bench flipped the game, and now the starters have continued to carry it through.
As for the Sixers, Adem Bona, who had that turnover and then fouled Bridges on a three-point play, he's a -8 in just 2 minutes. Dominic Barlow seemed to be an emerging option at the end of game 2. He's a -7 in 3 minutes. Now, we try not to dive too much into the plus-minus. It doesn't tell the whole story, but it feels like at least a small example of a major Knick advantage, how deep and talented they are, and the willingness during the regular season of Mike Brown to keep those guys fresh and ready to roll. Out of the timeout, they will have Brunson, Hart, Shamet, Bridges, and Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns has 3 fouls in 10 minutes. Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, Embiid, and George starting 5 on the floor for the Sixers, who are down by 12, 3.5 to go. Shamet steps in front of a pass to Maxey on the far corner. He took it toward midcourt, then he fell down, and then Maxey apparently tipped it out of bounds off of Shamet. So fresh shot clock for the Sixers, but great hustle play defensively from Shamet.
Yeah, and great defense on the initial play. I mean, Tyrese Maxey looks like he's hesitant to attack the Knicks off the dribble, and that's a first that I've ever seen with him, the way the Knicks are defending him and locking him up on the perimeter.
And a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Bridges tried to run through a screen from Oubre, and Oubre went down. And that should be the 5th Knick foul, which means free throws for Oubre. And we have not seen the hack-a-mitch here in game 3 from Nick Nurse. And the way that last sequence just went before the timeout, maybe he should have thought about it, because Robinson's a +15. As Oubre's first free throw rolls around and down to make it an 11-point game.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Sometimes you don't do the hack-a-mitch because you don't want your team to get out of rhythm offensively. It slows down the flow of your offense in order to attack in transition. But this team right now, Philly, as Oubre knocks down the free throw, they have nothing going offensively. So if you can try to get any stops you possibly can against the Knicks, I think now would be the time to try the hack-a-mitch.
Bridges left side drive, alley-oop to Robinson, right hand slam, wouldn't go, in and out, and Embiid was sealing him off. It's impressive he even caught that, let alone got it off the rim. 10-point game, Oubre 6 of 6 from the line. Sixer ball, they trail, entry pass to Embiid, poked away from behind by Robinson, but he fouled Embiid. And if the Sixers are going to get to the free throw line this frequently, it's certainly a path for them getting back into this game.
And that is what Mike Brown has not wanted the Knicks to do, is to bail the Philadelphia 76ers out by putting them on the free throw line. If they've had one thing they haven't done well in the first 2 games, it's they are getting outshot at the line by a lot, by 24 free throws in the first 2 games by Philadelphia. They have to make sure they keep them off the line because their defense has been stellar if they don't put them on the line.
Embiid got the free throw to roll around and through. It's a 9-point game. Sixers had 34 free throw attempts in game 1. That's where 27 of their 98 points came from. Knicks were better on the second half Wednesday, only 8 free throw attempts, and that certainly helped them come back and win that game with those 25 lead changes. Embiid rattles out the second. First one wasn't pure either, but he gets 1 of 2. Final 3-minute second quarter. Brunson from left to right, Knicks in blue and orange, Sixers in white, red, and blue. Brunson, left foul line extended, up top for Bridges, slashing right, kicks it right wing for Hart. In the paint, steps back left elbow, George stays with him. 6 to shoot for Brunson on the high side wing. Picked up by Maxey, now top of the key, behind the back dribble. He'll get to the rim, underneath for Bridges, and a wide open layup. Jalen Brunson's got 7 first half assists, and the Knicks are back up 11. 13 points for both Brunson and Bridges. Left corner, Oubre. Brunson gets the assignment. They want to post up Embiid, left elbow, facing up on Robinson now. Holds his hands out wide. Embiid pull-up jumper, perfect. Maybe found the rhythm at the foul line the last trip down. Back to a 9-point Knick lead. 2:05 to go before halftime. Bridges left side, far corner Shamet. Back to Bridges near that hash mark in front of Mike Brown. Right side screen from Robinson, pick and roll. Bridges driving on George, right elbow pull-up jumper, front rim no. Tough shot for Bridges, but a rare miss. He was 5 of 8. Maxey on the high side perimeter. Screen from Embiid up top. Throws it out of bounds. He split the targets. He had Oubre at the left angle. George by the near sideline. And it went into the front row.
Yeah, Maxey is talking to himself right now. He does not look like himself. He's not coming off those screens with the confidence that he normally does. The Knicks defense has completely got him confused.
He hasn't missed a shot yet, but he's only taken 4. Second turnover for Maxey, and Hart almost threw it away left wing, but a snag from Shamet. Bridges left elbow, pump fake, leans in on George and draws a foul. There is nowhere to move for Mikal Bridges, so he just stuck his neck into the painted area around George. He clipped him with the leg, and Bridges will earn 2 free throws with 1:26 to go in the second quarter, with the Knicks up by 9.
That's a great job by Mikal Bridges, drawing that contact there. Because you know Philadelphia is doing the same stuff to get themselves to the free throw line on the other end of the floor. So you got to go right at them defensively also. And when they get too physical, you have to alert the officials. Mikal Bridges does and earns himself 2 free throws.
Drains the first. And that's not necessarily the kind of aggressive move to the basket we would see from Mikal Bridges during the regular season. And he had another solid year, but he put together a whole regular season of tape that, of course, these NBA players study. I don't know if they're ready for the aggressive Mikal Bridges on the offensive end, and it's paid off for 14 points in 19 minutes. It's a 10-point lead. Knicks have Brunson, Shamet, Hart, Bridges, and Robinson on the floor. Hukporti's about to check in, though. At the basket to our right, Bridges sinks both free throws. He's got 15 points, now tied with Paul George for the game high as George went cold in the second quarter. 11-point Knick lead, 1:20 left in the second quarter. Left wing Embiid flops. What's the call? Offensive foul. How about that? Embiid had the ball at the left side perimeter. Shamet tried to fight around a screen. Embiid just stood there, took a hit, and fell down like he was 1,000 pounds heavy, and they call him for his 3rd foul, or his 2nd foul, rather.
Good job by Landry Shamet, just giving up his body. I mean, that is a total sellout, trying to get over the screen of a really quick, fast Maxey. And Embiid trying to foul bait again, just got caught because of the effort of Landry Shamet.
I'm not sure why he even tried that. You can't afford to be in foul trouble if you're Embiid. Bridges right elbow, picks up his dribble, finds Hart right corner. He'll launch a 3. Too strong. Rebound fought for. Tipped by Bridges. Hukporti's got it. Hands to Hart left elbow. Pump fake underneath on Embiid. Up top for Brunson. 10 to shoot. Final minute, second quarter. Knicks ball will slow it down. 11-point lead. Bridges dotted line. Catch. Shoot. Back rim no. Offensive rebound Hart. Bridges left wing 3. Not this time. Too strong. He was 2 of his first 3 from beyond the arc, but that one wouldn't drop. And Embiid finally gets a defensive rebound to end the possession. Maxey left elbow floater from 15. Front rim, backboard no, but it's tipped in by Kelly Oubre to make it a 9-point game with 35 seconds left. Bridges now across midcourt, half a minute to go, and the Knicks do not look interested in the 2-for-1. So 15 on the shot clock, 24 on the game clock now. McBorty, right side screen for Brunson. To the near side, mid-post, spins on Edgecombe. Holds him off with the right hand, dribbling with the left. Back beyond the arc, 5 to shoot, 15 to play. Brunson picks up his dribble, or he speeds in instead for a left-hand floater. Rolls around and in, switching hands off to his left in midair. 11-point lead with 9 seconds to go before the half ends. Maxey across midcourt with 4. Edgecombe left wing with 3. Ball fake with 2. Hop step in the lane. Kick out far corner. Oubre a 3 at the end of the shot clock and the game clock, and he hits it. It popped up in the air and dropped through to end the first half on a high note for Philly. They're back within 8 after leading by 12, and then after trailing by 12, Oubre, a buzzer beater, makes it an 8-point game heading to halftime.
A lucky buzzer beater. He hit the back rim. That thing went up in the air, straight up in the air like R.J. Barrett's game winner the other night, and rattled in. So that's a big bucket to cut this lead to 8. But overall, what a half by the Knicks. Just a gutsy effort in a hostile environment.
Now time for Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. We've been talking about it all night. It's the bench play. The Knicks outscoring the Sixers 16-0 outside of the starting lineups. And if that continues, the Knicks will be in great shape. Those are the Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket. Now it's time for the Knicks Halftime Report, powered by ZipRecruiter and hosted by Pat O'Keefe. Knicks trail by 12, but they're up by 8 at halftime, 60-52. They're in search of a 3-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and there's perhaps no tougher game to win than Game 3 on the road, like the test they have in front of them right here. But so far, they've passed the first half of that test. You're listening. This is New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. It continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ORANGE to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
A hard-fought physical first half in Philadelphia has the Knicks in front by 8, 60-52 in game number 3 as they look to take a commanding 3-0 lead in this second-round series. As we welcome you to the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. Knicks went from down 12 early to up 12, and the halftime lead is currently 8. Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, 15 points each to lead the way for the Knicks. Kelly Oubre and Paul George each with 15 for the 76ers. What a first half this was. Alan Hahn joins me to break it down. And Alan, such an impressive response for the Knicks. I mean, this is as physical as it gets. You could tell players on both teams were fired up and amped up, especially with all of the physicality from the very beginning. How about the Knicks' response to that red-hot start of Philadelphia?
You had to expect, right, that punch. You know, it's a desperation game 3 for the home team, and you know that you're going to get their best shot, especially Paul George came out very aggressive, and he was putting up shots, and he's been really good from 3 early in games, and he was early in this game. Down 28, no panic, and I thought that was very important, but this group's been through this, Pat. Like, this core has been together for now. This is the 4th time in as many years. Each year they've been up 2-0 in a series, so they kind of know what to expect in these game 3s and what's going to happen. And I thought that was the best part of it. The bench came in and did a terrific job at the end of that first quarter. And Landry Shamet, you always wonder, with OG Anunoby out, you're wondering who's it going to be that's going to step up and provide something maybe unexpected or that you haven't seen yet. And so far in this game, it has been Shamet off the bench with 9 points, hit a couple of big shots to get this thing back for the Knicks to be in shouting distance at the end of one. And then, of course, the run they went on. They throw these haymakers at teams in the playoffs, and that was a big one to take a double-digit lead.
Yeah, it's a perfect segue, Alan, to the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
Knicks ball down by 4. 1 minute gone by in the second quarter. Shamet right side baseline drive. Reverse layup. Sneaked it in around Maxey and Embiid. How did he put that one through? Now Shamet wants a foul call. And it's not coming from Ray Acosta, but Landry Shamet's got 7 points off the bench, and it's a 2-point game.
9 points in 12 minutes of that first half, Alan. And what a huge lift. And it's kind of indicative of this Knicks team, right? Shamet starts the playoffs in the rotation. Then he kind of loses his spot. And now here he is coming up big in a big spot in Game 3.
And that's been the story all season. It's the difference in the coaching philosophies with Mike Brown. It's something that he has talked about from day one, the idea of having depth and using it, utilizing it, cultivating it as well, giving players opportunities throughout the season. Because you know there's going to come a time during the regular season, there's going to be injuries, and players are going to need to step up, and you give minutes. So Clarkson was a great story in the same realm as well, out of the rotation, and then found himself, and now he's a valuable piece of the rotation. Shamet, another one. It's a great example of it, of different play. Alvarado, another good example. He wasn't playing early in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden he got a chance to play. He knocked down a big three-pointer to put the Knicks up by 3 and really start the run that got them to a 12-point advantage. I like what Mike Brown's doing with this bench, and the bench scoring tells you all you need to know. 16-0 right now. That's the story of this series because the Philly bench is not very deep and not very strong, and they're going to need it because I'm telling you, Pat, it felt like they emptied the tank in that first quarter. We saw them in Game 2 run out of gas by the fourth quarter. Could that happen again in the second half in this game?
Knicks took their best punch early. They had the counter punch ready, and the Knicks bench and Landry Shamet, the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. Aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari American, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly. Here on the Knicks Halftime Report, powered by ZipRecruiter. Game 3, Knicks with an 8-point halftime lead, 60-52. Pat O'Keefe joined by Alan Hahn to break down the first half and look ahead to the second half. Tyrese Maxey, clearly, Alan, one of those guys who ran out of gas in Game 2. He played 47 minutes. He was nearly unstoppable in the first half and then, frankly, got tired. What about Maxey's game so far? Only 8 points. Joel Embiid, only 8 points. And the job the Knicks are doing against their 2 stars defensively.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on the minutes for Maxey because he's already at 22. He's played the most minutes of anybody in the game. That's what you're going to get with him. To me, that's part of the story. The other one is turnovers. He had 6 turnovers in Game 2. He had 4 in Game 1. So 10 through 2 games. He's already got 2 in this game. And so that's an area to watch, especially when he starts to get fatigued. 4 or 5 shooting, though, very good for him, but certainly not forcing it. The Knicks are getting the ball out of his hands. It's others that are doing it. Kelly Oubre has not shot the ball that well. He got a nice bounce, though, at the end of that half. Boy, that would have, if that bounces out, you got a double-digit lead. So that was a huge 3 just to get it to 8 for them. But Oubre's gotten to the free throw line. The matchup for him has been Brunson. They're trying to take advantage of it by having him be a little more aggressive. But if you're the Knicks, you'd rather have Kelly Oubre be the guy that's aggressive offensively than a guy like, right now, Tyrese Maxey.
Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. How about the centers, Alan? Third straight game, Karl Anthony Towns finds foul trouble in the first half, but Mitchell Robinson playing tonight after he was sick for game number 2, and he's a game-high plus 14 in his 13 minutes of work so far.
Yeah, 4 rebounds as well. He has picked up a couple of fouls, and one was a real cheap one he didn't need to get against Embiid, reaching in on a post-up where you're probably not getting that ball. So he's got to be a little smarter, but still, the alley-oop was an incredible play. There was a few seconds left on the shot clock, out-of-bounds play. He comes around on a curl. Embiid, who is a 7-footer as well, is right there. It's a perfect pass just over Embiid's fingertips, and Mitchell Robinson, who's got some long arms and he certainly can jump, gets to that ball. Not many others, maybe Victor Wembanyama, but not many others can get to that ball and dunks it over Embiid's head. Embiid falls down, and I'll tell you what, I know the Knicks are on the road, but he dunked that. That sounded like a home game crowd. The crowd went crazy on that dunk. It got real loud in the building. A momentum play for sure. And it's good to have him out there with Towns getting into foul trouble. But Pat, Cat's got to stay on the court, man. Yeah. Like they got to keep him on the floor in limited minutes. Again, he's still giving you 6 points and 3 rebounds and an assist. He's so impactful, but the Sixers know they can't have him on the floor, and their whole mission when he's on the court is to get him in any type of action and try to get him into foul trouble because they know when he's on the floor, they're in trouble.
Alan, great stuff. I know you and Bill and Wally will have postgame covered on MSG Networks. Enjoy the second half.
You too, Pat.
Alan Hahn, our MSG colleague, stream Knicks pre- and postgame coverage during the playoffs, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports app. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. Knicks outscored the Sixers 52-32 over the final 18 minutes of the first half. And this Sunday, tune into MSG at 3 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 4 against the Sixers, and then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. That was the Knicks Halftime Report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up with Tyler Murray and Wally Zerbiak, and I'll be back with you on the postgame show. Knicks lead Game 3 60-52 at the break. Enjoy the rest of this one, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Third quarter about to begin in the third game of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Knicks have a 60-52 lead on the Philadelphia 76ers. And Wally, what stands out to me from the first 2 quarters, aside from the fact that there are 4 different players tied with 15 points apiece, Bridges and Brunson for the Knicks, George and Oubre for the Sixers, is the atmosphere in this building. Yes, there seem to be hundreds, if not thousands, of empty seats, but the back and forth between these 2 fan bases here in Philly, between the Knicks and Sixers, it has been an electric building.
It really has, and there are a lot of Knicks fans here. I was just walking through the concourse, getting down to the media room, and they are all over the place. They have come out into this game in droves. They have made the trip down here to Philadelphia, and I think it makes a big difference for this Knicks team because any type of 6-man effort and any type of noise you can hear on the road, it makes a big difference as a player.
They've got an 8-point lead and the ball. Knicks from right to left in blue and orange. Sixers in white, red, and blue. It's Brunson at the near sideline, defended by George. Between the legs dribble, crossed over to his right hand. A 3-pointer off the dribble, short. Long rebound to the near corner, and nobody got there, so out of bounds off of Brunson's miss. Brunson was asking for a foul on the way down. 15 points, as mentioned, in the first quarter, but somewhat low efficiency. He's 5 of 13 now from the field. McBride defending Edgeham across the timeline. Embiid far side baseline. Towns back in after 3 fouls. Kept him out for all but 10 minutes in the first half. Posting up Embiid, far side, mid-range on Towns. Backing him down, double team comes. Kick out to George, left wing 3, short, and Towns gets the rebound. It's Bridges now from right to left. Towns up top. One dribble, hands to Brunson. Steps to the right elbow, back up top for Towns. He pump fakes a 3, drives an Embiid. 2 steps toward the cup, kick out to an open shooter. McBride misses a corner 3, back rim. Offensive rebound, Towns. McBride again. That one's good. From the far corner in front of Philly's bench, Deuce McBride gives the Knicks an 11-point lead.
And again, Joel Embiid cannot move to grab rebounds. Karl-Anthony Towns quicker to the ball, gets the second opportunity. Right back to Deuce in the same spot where he missed the first one. He cashes in the second.
Maxey with speed to the rim. As 2 guys came at him, he throws an alley-oop to Kelly Oubre. He'll lay it in. It's a 9-point game again. Josh Hart put his hand in the air as if to say, I'm sorry that I got burned by Tyrese Maxey off the dribble, but that happens to everybody. Now Brunson and Towns out of sync in a rare moment. They wanted to pick and pop, and Brunson's pass to the top of the key for Towns went straight through his legs, out of bounds to the far sideline. Maxey, left wing, screen from Embiid, drives baseline on the far side, caught in the air underneath. George right wing, extra pass right corner, Edgecombe a 3, that rattles in. And VJ Edgecombe has his first 3-pointer. That makes it a 6-point game.
That's a big shot right there. When he knocks down his threes, this Philly team normally wins the ball game.
Towns can't answer a straight-on triple. Rattled halfway down, but then popped out. So the 12-point Knick lead is cut in half. Sixer ball down by 6. Entry pass to the far side from Edgecombe toward George was tipped out of bounds by a reaching Mikal Bridges. It'll stay with the Sixers, 15 to shoot.
I think the Knicks have to weather these minutes when the starters are out there on the floor. There are a lot of mismatches with Deuce out there guarding Edgecombe and Hart guarding Paul George.
Into the right corner, George. Hard on him, spins baseline, pump fake, and then a shot for 2. Front rim, no. Rebound, Brunson. Jalen Brunson, 15 points, 7 assists, and 3 boards now. Josh Hart into the front court left. Brunson right wing, crossover on Oubre to the foul line, out of the middle of the paint. The left hand layup is good, and one. Jalen Brunson loving that matchup with Kelly Oubre. Chance for a 3-point play, and the Knicks lead at 65 to 57.
How about overpowers the matchup with the 6'8" Kelly Oubre? Jalen Brunson at 6'2", just gets him on his hip, beast modes him right to the basket, gets the and-one opportunity. Kelly Oubre just shaking his head, saying, how does a guy at that size overpower me and get the finish for the and-one opportunity?
It was 2 years ago that Oubre was the Sixers' preferred matchup against Brunson, and he did a pretty decent job the first couple of games, but Oubre 2 years older, now he's 30 years old, and Nick Nurse seems to not want anything to do with the Oubre on Brunson matchup. Free throw is good, 9-point game, and as Maxey motors toward that far sideline, tried to force a pass into the corner for George. It was tipped out of bounds by the Knicks right in front of New York's bench. Maxey wanted a foul as he went down on the play. 66 to 57, Knicks in front, 9:18 to go in the third quarter. 13 on the shot clock now, in fact. And from the far corner, it'll be inbounded by Embiid out to Oubre near the left side hash mark. Right-hand dribble to the top of the key, screen to the right wing, and a handoff to Embiid for a three-pointer. Very short. He is 3 of 21 from 3 in the postseason, but an offensive rebound for Edgecombe. Lob pass underneath for Oubre. Caught it, shot it, missed it off the bottom of the rim. No foul called. He felt some contact, though. Towns at center court holds the ball high, zips a pass underneath. Bridges a floater, it's good. Left side block, and Karl Anthony Towns dishes out assist number 3 for an 11-point Knick lead.
What a pass. Karl Anthony Towns just picking the teams apart from the top of the key. And Mikal Bridges knows he's going to get a good pass, so he makes a hard cut.
Threw him a fastball there from the former high school baseball standout. Now Embiid gets free at the foul line. They switched McBride onto him as Towns got lost in the shuffle. And one dribble into a right-hand dunk for Embiid brings it back to a 9-point game. 10 points for him. Josh Hart will bring it across the timeline. They're trying to give Brunson a breather, bringing the ball up the court. Screen on the right from Towns. Keeps his position. Good job. A legal screen there. Far corner, Bridges catching dry baseline on Oubre. Finds an open shooter. McBride from the corner. Wide left. Offensive rebound, Towns. Brunson left wing. Hart top of the key. His three-pointer. Too strong. And it's poked away by Bridges, but right into the hands of Edgecombe.
Really good looks right there. That's a shot Deuce makes most of the time, and Hart wide open. No hesitation. Both hit the back rim.
Maxey from the right side. Catches, attacks, right-hand layup. Blocked, but a goaltend. Karl Anthony Towns got there a hair late. It touched the backboard first. And Maxey credited with 2. He's got 10 points now, and it's a 7-point Knick lead. 7:44 left in this third quarter. Knicks are 7 of 20 from 3, 35%, but still lead at 68-61. McBride catches underneath. He got stripped out of bounds by George, left baseline. McBride can't believe it wasn't a foul call. Another court vision pass from Towns from the left wing right to the restricted area, but we'll have to inbound to the left baseline with 11 to shoot now. Brunson has the ball. Edgecombe backs up. Inbound to McBride. Left corner, catch and shoot 3. That's air ball to the right side rim. Rebound George. It might be a Landry Shamet kind of game instead of a Deuce McBride night if those shots keep missing. Maxey off the dribble, left wing 3. Too strong, and a rebound from Towns.
Coming into this game, Maxey was 1 for 9 from the three-point line. Didn't attempt one in the first half. So now he's 1 for 10 in the series.
Towns lumbers in the lane, took a hit from George and almost banked in a layup, but it'll be 2 free throws instead of an and 1. That was a nice 2-man Brunson to Towns game. A bounce pass to give him some momentum from the foul line and all the way to the restricted area. George was asking for a challenge, but it will be a foul on Kelly Oubre instead, which is his 3rd.
I'll tell you, Karl Anthony Towns, looking really athletic out here.
Yes.
His movement has been very good, especially on the defensive end of the floor. Knocks down that first free throw. He has been active with his cuts, and he's making Joel Embiid work defensively. That was a key to the series for me. Go at Joel Embiid. Make him defend. Don't just let him score on the offensive end of the floor. And Karl Anthony Towns has done a great job of making him move his feet in space.
It's almost as if when Towns has to sit out with foul trouble, and again, he only played 10 minutes with 3 fouls in the first half, he's getting fresh legs, and he's also building up some aggression. And when he comes out on the floor, he is in attack mode from the start. He gets a friendly roll on the second free throw after switching the first. He is now 47 of 52 from the free throw line in the playoffs. That's 91%. Knicks by 9. 5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Embiid out high. Hands to Maxey on the left wing. He'll motor toward the far side block, and he hits a layup in the paint over Karl Anthony Towns, who did a good job not fouling, but it's a 7-point lead now for the Knicks. Looks like they wanted to call the delay of game warning initially on the Sixers, but that is not what's happened. Ball is handed to Bridges, and he rolls it out toward midcourt for Brunson, who has a conversation with official Ray Acosta before picking up the basketball. Knicks from right to left. Brunson out high. Spins at the foul line. Pull-up jumper over Edgecombe. Too strong, and a rebound for the Baylor rookie, VJ Edgecombe. Philly ball down 7. Embiid at the left sideline. Dribbles toward the circle of stars at the far side mid-range. Hook pass to the right corner for Edgecombe. On the other side, it's Maxey. Entry pass Embiid, and a foul from behind by Towns. He reached in with the left hand. Embiid went down easily enough, but that was an easy one to call on Towns, his 4th foul. 6:27 to go in this third quarter. Towns is arguing as we will have a media timeout. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Any thoughts on that call, Wally?
At some point, the Knicks are going to have to challenge it. If they don't think it's a foul, then challenge it. But Karl Anthony Towns is trying to be a little bit physical with Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid, the second he feels contact, I mean, it looks like he just gets completely thrown to the ground the way he goes down and flops, and it alerts the attention to the officials. So if you don't think it's a foul, then challenge it. But to me, it looks like a foul because there's a little bit of contact that's embellished by Joel Embiid.
So Towns will likely have to come out of the game. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, but 4 fouls. Mitchell Robinson's had a great night off the bench. We'll see if they continue allowing him to play without forcing him to the free throw line. Knicks lead the Sixers 70-63. This is Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, with the Knicks in search of a 3-0 series lead. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ HSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at amazon.com/hub delivery. Knicks by 7 with 6.5 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, and the Knicks are withstanding a big-time run here by this starting unit of the Sixers. This starting unit has been really good. To start the game, they built a 12-point lead for the Knicks early on. Then the Knicks were able to respond when they got some of their other guys off the bench with some quality minutes. But this is a key time here in this game with no Karl Anthony Towns now on the floor, Mitchell Robinson coming in. Knicks didn't lose much when Towns went to the bench because Mitchell Robinson is a great matchup for Embiid, did a great job on the boards. He's going to have to bring that same type of effort here to anchor the defense and the rebounding here in the second half as he did in the first.
And Sixers ball from left to right. They're down by 7, 6:23 to go in this third quarter. Foul line Embiid, he'll catch and shoot and hit from 15 off the feed from PJ Edgecombe. Robinson was backed up a little bit underneath the rim, and it's a 5-point game. Brunson, Hart, McBride, Bridges, and Robinson, and a pass from Brunson to the right wing was tipped out of bounds by Edgecombe. 17 on the shot clock for the Knicks. Inbound coming from Brunson, puts his fists together to call the inbound play. Backdoor cut from Bridges, not there. So McBride pops free up top. It'll go to Robinson instead near midcourt. Hands back to Brunson. Rejects a screen on the right. He'll take Maxey to the rim, and a left-hand layup is good over the help defense of Joel Embiid. And Jalen Brunson's the first scorer to get 20 points. It's Knicks by 7.
Good job attacking on that pick and roll. Anytime he sees Embiid as the drop defender, he attacks his feet and gets an easy bucket.
Embiid building steam down the lane. Hands off to a baseline cutter, and Oubre jams it back to a 5-point game again. They sent 2 at Maxey on the left wing across midcourt. That left Embiid open, and he took advantage. 5.5 left third quarter. Brunson right elbow, steps back, takes the jumper over Edgecombe, and connects. Back-to-back buckets for Jalen Brunson. It's a 7-point lead again. Maxey almost fumbled it across the timeline, but now spins right baseline, step back, pump fake on Bridges, gets it to Embiid at the right point. Now George near the top of the key. Right side drive on Robinson, backs up to the near baseline, off the dribble. Two-pointer is too strong, and Paul George has gone a little bit cold since being unable to miss early. Hart on the move, left corner, McBride, back to Hart left wing, Embiid's on him. Now it's Brunson at center court. 5 minutes to go, third quarter, Knicks ball up 7. Hart top of the key, pull up from the foul line, got it. Big bucket there from Josh Hart. His jump shot has not fallen tonight, but he's got 10 points, and the Knicks are up by 9. Landry Shamet will check in next, whistle for the Knicks. George at the left angle, pump faking a drive past Hart, double team, finds Edgecombe right wing, extra feed, Oubre left corner 3, rattled it in. Kelly Oubre's second three-pointer, they've both been big ones. It's back to a 6-point game.
He's really good from those corners. When he gets those corner threes, you can count him. He doesn't like shooting above the break, though.
At the buzzer beater to end the first half from the right corner. Now it's Hart. Screen on the left from Robinson. Ball was tipped out of bounds by George. Breaking up that pick and roll. Almost went off of Hart's leg, I thought. Now we'll get the substitution we anticipated. Shamet coming in for McBride. And Landry Shamet's insertion into the second quarter lineup really flipped the game in the Knicks' favor. They won that quarter 33-21. And perhaps the answer to that Knicks substitution is Quentin Grimes coming in for the Sixers. Of course, taking on his old team. And they'll take Paul George out of the game. 0 for 3 in 8 minutes in this third quarter, Paul George, after going 6 of 11 and 3 of 4 in the first half. 3 of 4 from 3. Brunson and Oubre come together, and they're going to call a foul on Brunson, who went crashing into Oubre's midsection. And now Oubre jiggers his head back and forth and points at his hair as if to make fun of Brunson's somewhat large head and hairstyle. And I believe we have a Knick timeout and a challenge, I think. Brunson signaling that he was pushed into Oubre. And here's Mark Davis.
challenge on the offensive foul assessed Brunson.
So yes, they will challenge, so we will take a break while they take a look. 4:16 to go in the third quarter. It is Knicks 76, Philadelphia 70. This Knicks timeout sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
It's playoff basketball.
You got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we want.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
Well, Mark Davis just announced the result of the challenge, and this crowd in Philly erupted into applause. Not because the Sixers got it right, because there are so many Knicks fans here that when they got the good news that it was a successful New York challenge, they put their hands together as they've been doing ever since the big run in the second quarter that put the Knicks up at one point by 12. All that to say, it's a foul on VJ Edgecombe. As Wally saw, he pushed Brunson in the back, and then he crashed into Kelly Oubre, who now feels, I'm sure, especially regretful of wiggling his head back and forth, which I thought was a move to accuse Brunson of flopping. So it's not a foul on Brunson. He's only got one. It is a foul on Edgecombe for pushing him. He's now got 3, and the Knicks will keep the ball and their challenge up 76-70 with 4:17 to go in this third quarter. On the floor out of the timeout, it is Brunson, Hart, Shamet, Bridges, and Robinson. Towns has been brilliant again, but he has 4 fouls again in just 16 minutes, so might not see him again until the fourth quarter. Near sideline inbound to the front court left for Bridges. He'll get it to Brunson. Left side mid-range with his back to Tyrese Maxey. Superstar point guard matchup here. Paxson for the far side block, and then it's poked away from behind, and then out of bounds off of Maxey. Now the fans upset here because Brunson might have shoulder checked Maxey at the last minute to make sure he couldn't save that ball. And as they show the replay, they might have a gripe. Josh Tippin was right there, though, and did not call it. Inbound for the near corner, Landry Shamet, 4.5 on the shot clock. Hart near corner, can they get it to him? No, back to midcourt, hoping for Brunson. He got Edgecombe instead, and he's got a clear land of the rim for a 2-hand jam and a 4-point game. 3:55 left in this third quarter. Sixer fans getting back into the game here. Brunson spins at midcourt, gets away from Edgecombe, speeds down the lane, hands to Hart underneath. He got blocked by Embiid. Loose ball comes to Maxey. Sixer ball down 4. Maxey right side to the corner, drives, and he's fouled on a hand check by Shamet. Just the second foul on the Knicks. But a Edgecombe dunk, an Embiid block, and still down by 4, but momentum firmly back in the Sixers' favor. Now Hart wanted a foul on the Embiid block. There was body contact, and Embiid went from A to B, as they say. But a very clean block on the basketball. Inbound to Embiid out high. His pass to a cutting edge comes stolen by Robinson. 2-on-1 with Hart. Alley-oop over the top. Foul on Embiid. And they will give free throws to Robinson. Embiid thought he got it clean. Loose ball came to Hart. He was about to hit an open layup. And I think in hindsight, Sixers will be happy to send Robinson to the free throw line unless he makes them. But yes, Embiid did get Robinson on the hand. And that also means 3 fouls on Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous play. Mitchell Robinson was vulnerable up in the air, and Embiid doesn't care about anyone's health. He's going to do whatever it takes. Dirty play one after another. Mitchell Robinson did a good job of bailing out last second, and he hits the first free throw. Listen to the crowd.
Maybe the largest cheer of the night from these Knicks fans at Xfinity Mobile Arena, as Jordan Clarkson will come into the game for Mikal Bridges. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Every Sixers starter besides Tyrese Maxey has 3 fouls. So not quite in trouble, but they're not far from it. Only Towns has more than 2 for the Knicks. So Robinson got the first. Second one's in the air. Hard off the back rim, so he's 6 of 19 from the line in the playoffs. But a 5-point Knick lead, and at least for the moment, the onslaught from the Sixers to get back in this game has been stymied. Edgecombe up top for Embiid. He's open. He passed out of a 3 underneath. Oubre had the pass tipped from behind by Brunson, and it's Hard on the move. Doesn't have numbers. He'll take it into the hoop, and he will tiptoe along the far baseline. Threw it back to midcourt, and then tipped by Shamet across the timeline. Brunson will pick it up, but it's a backcourt violation. And Josh Hart, a little overeager there, trying to go 1-on-3, lead to the turnover.
I'm surprised he didn't get a foul, though, on Embiid.
Yes.
There was a lot of contact. He was pushed off balance. Josh Hart shaking his head. Embiid got away with one right there.
3 minutes left in the third quarter. Sixer ball down 5. Maxey left wing. Jab step left. Dribble drive right in the paint. Passes behind him to Embiid, who got hit hard and threw it up off glass. 2 free throws coming for Joel Embiid. Let's see if it's Josh Hart will pick up his 3rd foul. Hart's got a double-double, by the way, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Embiid does not look good right now. He was slow to get up. He stood up at the right side block and then kind of froze for a little bit, grabbed his right hip, which is part of the reason he was out of Wednesday's game too. And he is hobbling back to the free throw line now, ready to take his 2 shots. He is getting booed in his home building by Knicks fans. At the basket, too, all right. Embiid hits the first. 13 points, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. And now a timeout from the Knicks. It's brought to you by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. So Joel Embiid has 1 more free throw coming. 2 minutes and 57 seconds remain in this third quarter. And we have 10 seconds to pause to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
With Wally Zerbiak, I'm Tyler Murray. And down the stretch they come. Wally, Knicks with a 2-0 series lead. Everybody knows how many teams have come back from 3-0 down. That would be 0 in NBA history. The Sixers won the first quarter by 4. They've won the third quarter by 4 so far. But the second quarter is the difference. The Knicks were a plus 12 as Allen Iverson, Sixer legend, is shown on the video board here. And even the Knicks fans in the building saluting one of the great pound-for-pound players in NBA history. Jalen Brunson, a big AI fan back in the day as well.
Yeah, I remember him very well back in the day. He was just so cat-like, quickness, electric. The competitive level was what was so impressive. He was a very physical player, too, despite the fact his size. He didn't shy away from any contact. Just was a really tough guy and just played with a competitive edge that not a lot of guys at his size have ever played with in the history of the NBA.
The Sixers are hoping to get to the conference finals for the first time since those Iverson days. 25 years ago, they made the NBA Finals in 2001, lost to the Lakers in 5. But twice in the last 5 years, the Sixers have actually come pretty close. They had 2 Game 7 opportunities in this round to get to the conference finals as Embiid hits the second free throw, but they lost Game 7 to the Hawks in 2021, known as the Ben Simmons game, and then Game 6 here, and then Game 7 in Boston in 2023 when Tatum scored 51. We have a hack-a-Mitch for the first time in Game 3. He just made 1 of 2 his previous trip, but as Embiid gets both, and the deficit goes down to 3 for Philly, they are using some gamesmanship here to put pressure on the Knicks' worst free throw shooter. At the foul line left, spins the ball, and he takes the shot. It's good.
Huge. That is big, because the Knicks are struggling to score right now.
Yeah.
They have no one to generate offense. Jalen Brunson's been going 1-on-5. He's been turning the ball over. Knicks haven't been able to generate any ball movement with Karl Anthony Towns not in the game. These last 3 minutes of the third quarter are very, very important. Knicks need to close this quarter strong. When Towns comes back, he's going to have 2 fouls to work with. He has 4. He'll play the fourth quarter. He is the key cog and key piece that makes this offense work right now. And right now, he's saddled to the bench with foul trouble.
Robinson ready for the second free throw. Off the front rim, and the rebound secured by Oubre. So the Knicks have 18 points in this quarter. 2 of them from Robinson free throws. That's a good point, Wally. Right now, just good to get a point or 2 on the board. They're up by 4. 2:40 left in the third quarter. Embiid foul line. Pump fake at the dotted line. Runs over Robinson. Stripped, got it back, and a right-hand hook shot rolls around and out. Offensive rebound, Embiid. To the far block, backing down Robinson again. Those 2 guys are exhausted, but Embiid finds a way to bank one home to make it a 2-point game with 2.5 to go in the third, and they will wrap up Robinson again. They can only do this for 23 more seconds because under 2 minutes it's a technical free throw and possession. But for now, Robinson will have to shoot 2 more.
And the crowd loving this, just absolutely loving it. You got the Sixers fans that are loving it. The Knicks fans are ready to cheer. They're loving it. This is a wild scene down here in Philadelphia. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it is 60-40 at best, Philly, compared to Knicks fans, and it is just as loud on both sides.
First free throw. Got it. He's made the first one all 3 times. And you know better than me, Wally, but when you make the first, usually you feel pretty good about the second one.
That's not the hard one, believe me. For Mitch, they're both hard, though. He'll take either one.
I think if you told Knicks fans you'd get Hack-a-Mitch and you make 3 of 6, they probably signed for it. How about 4 of 6? Robinson gets both, and a Tiger Woods mini fist pump on his way back down. It's an 80-76 Knick lead on the back of Mitchell Robinson free throw shooting.
Take that, Joel Embiid, right back at you.
2:15 to go in the third. Edgecombe left side finds Embiid foul line, pull-up jumper, front rim, no. Rebound tipped to Clarkson. Oubre had it but lost it. And now the Knicks will have the ball. They can drain the clock under 2 minutes, so no more intentionally fouling Mitchell Robinson. Brunson, a high ball screen from Robinson, pick and roll. Brunson steps back right wing, 3 over Oubre, air ball short, and off the hands of Robinson, out of bounds. No, they say Embiid touched it last. Sixer bench furious. Ray Acosta coming over to help out Mark Davis. Josh Tibbins in there too, and he says, trust me, it was off of Robinson. And yes, they'll change the call.
Mitchell Robinson was calling for the foul. There was 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go when they crossed half court. He was calling for them to foul him. He wanted to go back to the line.
I didn't see that. That's amazing.
I saw it.
You love the confidence. Fans on their feet here in Philly. Red, white, blue, and orange and blue in the crowd. Edgecombe up top. A catch and shoot 3. Wide right. Air ball out of bounds. B.J. Edgecombe has risen to every big moment in this postseason. That was the biggest shot he had all game so far, and he airmailed it out of bounds. Knicks ball, 90 seconds to go. Third quarter, they lead by 4. Robinson up top, left-hand dribble, hands to Clarkson around the screen, foul line, alley-oop. Robinson missed the tip-in, got his own rebound, and got shoved from behind. So we'll check that confidence level as he will get 2 free throws once he's helped up from the left side basket, and he is by Deuce McBride. So Mitchell Robinson, who is 4 of 6 from the free throw line, on a night where Josh Hart's 0 for 2 and Jalen Brunson's 4 of 5. He's blending in pretty well with the rest of the box score.
And Mitch is exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
He is breathing so hard. He's grabbing his shorts right now. He's got to gather himself, take a couple of deep breaths, and try to rekindle that stroke from the line.
Knicks by 4, 1:19 to go in this third quarter of game 3. First free throw. Too strong off the back rim, a line drive miss. And you can forgive Robinson for some fatigue, whether it was matchup-based against Atlanta or availability against the Sixers. He's averaged just 14 minutes a game in his 7 playoff games. And he had to miss game 2 because he was sick. You wonder how his conditioning is right now. He's played 18 minutes in this game already, so you're right. He's absolutely fatigued. But you know who's probably not? Karl Anthony Towns. Only 16 minutes so far because of 4 fouls. He might have to carry the load in the fourth quarter. Second free throw from Robinson. Back rim, soft touch, but it falls off the front rim. More chicken nuggets for the fans here. Robinson 4 of 8 from the stripe. Sixer ball down by 4. They go from left to right. Maxey finds Edgecombe right wing on a bounce pass. Reset to midcourt with Maxey. Embiid up top. Dribble handoff to Maxey. Far side mid-range double teamed. Out to Embiid. Left wing for a wide open 3. Too strong. Only 3 3-pointers all postseason for Joel Embiid. But if he starts to see it go through, he becomes a completely different animal. Final minute, third quarter. Bridges left wing. Pump fake on George. Just check back in. Brunson wants to go one-on-one against Quentin Grimes, but now a screen from Robinson right side, spins away from it, crossover top of the arc, crossover again left wing. Grimes all over him, and they'll call the foul. Of course, because of the intentional fouling against Mitchell Robinson, they're well over the limit, so free throws for Brunson with 37.4 to go. Fans do not like the call. Nick Nurse asking Ray Acosta for more of an explanation. Brunson was shielding the ball. His back was to the basket. Grimes was reaching around. Both teams do have 1 challenge remaining if Nurse agrees or disagrees that vehemently. At the basket to our left, Brunson drains the free throw, so he's got 23 points. That breaks a tie with, you'll never guess, Kelly Oubre, who has 22 points for Philly.
He's been all over the place. Kelly Oubre just finding the cracks in the Knicks defense. This is big free throws by Jalen Brunson. A lot of gamesmanship with the officials all game long. You got to earn yourself the free throw game. It's a big part of playoff series. Right now the Knicks are hanging right in there with Philly.
Brunson gets both. 82-76. Knicks by 6. Largest lead for both teams has been 12. It was a back and forth first half. Edgecombe right side elbow in the lane, double team, fires it left corner. Grimes airballs a 3, but an offensive rebound for Edgecombe. Out to George right wing, and that 3's too short. Tipped by Embiid, but it comes to Shamet at the foul line. 2 wide open looks for 2 good shooters, but they could not connect. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to play in the third. Knicks by 6. Clarkson foul line. Right wing Shamet hits a 3. Landry Shamet off the feed from Clarkson gives the Knicks a 9-point lead. Maxey to midcourt with 2.5. And he's fouled by Bridges as he got over the timeline. They have to figure the Knicks had 1 to give. The video board says, let's go Sixers, instead of telling us how many fouls there are. 4. So, yes, smart foul by Bridges.
And terrible defense by the 76ers. Nick Nurse just threw 2 guys at Jalen Brunson. He was ready for it. He could see the double team coming. Knicks sliced dice, 4-on-3, wide open shot for Shamet, giving away 3 points in a close game that you need. That was not a good possession defensively by the Sixers.
1.7 left in the third quarter. It's 85-76 Knicks. Midcourt inbound from George. Edgecombe up top. 3 from the top of the key over Bridges. Clangs off the front rim. And a strong finish to the third quarter for the Knicks. winds up a +1 in the frame, 25-24, and it's earned the Knicks a 9-point lead on their way to the fourth quarter.
Just a steady performance by the Knicks. Not getting caught up with their emotions of this game. It's a huge game. The crowd's going bananas, going bonkers. But the Knicks are just sticking to good, high-quality, fundamental basketball. That's how they won that quarter. They're just making the right plays at the right time. They're well-coached. They're well-schooled. In this hostile environment, they have a nice lead going into this fourth quarter.
We're also seeing more second-half fatigue from the Sixers. Remember, fourth quarter of Game 2, they were 1 of 10 from 3 and only scored 12 points in that final quarter. In the third, the Sixers 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. Time for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. The two series that have been paired up are the Knicks and Sixers and the Spurs and Timberwolves. Pretty important Game 3 tonight in Minnesota. That series is tied 1 game apiece. It was a 2-point win for the Timberwolves in Game 1, and then they got run off the floor early by the Spurs, who tied the series in Game 2. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Knicks 85, 76ers 76. So it's a 9-point New York lead on our way to the fourth quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Fourth quarter about to begin on the road in Philly. Knicks 12 minutes away from taking a 3-0 series lead, but these will be the toughest 12 minutes of the season. They lead 85-76. Out of the timeout, it's Alvarado, Hart, Clarkson, Shamet, and Karl Anthony Towns back in after just 16 minutes in the first 3 quarters because of 4 fouls. Very tough left side mid-range turnaround from Paul George, rattles out. Alvarado speeds ahead. Hart went down at midcourt. No call. He's up on his feet now. Double team Alvarado across the timeline. Finds Towns left wing. He'll take a dribble. Feeds the foul line where Clarkson got hit hard on a layup. No foul call. Tip back to him. 8 to shoot. Clarkson left side wing. 5 to shoot. Defended by George. Post up Towns. Left side mid-range. Back to Clarkson. Long 2. End of the shot. Clock is good. His foot was on the left side perimeter. But somehow the Knicks get 2 points out of an ugly possession and an 11-point lead. Dominic Barlow into the game for the Sixers with George, Grimes, Edgecombe, and Maxey. Grimes right corner, catch and shoot 3. That's a big one. He got it off a driving kick from Edgecombe. And Quentin Grimes, who airballed one late in the third, sinks that one to bring it back to an 8-point game. Knicks from right to left in blue and orange. Sixers in white, red, and blue. Towns left side inside the corner arc. Hook pass underneath to Clarkson. He turned it through a blind pass to a cutting baseline Josh Hart. It was tipped out of bounds by a Sixer, and just 8 to shoot for the Knicks left baseline. So you see 2 late shot clock possessions to begin the fourth. You wonder how soon will you see Jalen Brunson again. Inbound to Shamet, far corner, marked by Grimes. Brunson's played 31 minutes already. 3 to shoot. Shamet slashing to the foul line, got fouled by Grimes and threw it off the front rim. And again, with not much developing for 23.5 seconds, the Knicks have a chance to get points out of this possession with 2 Landry Shamet free throws as Grimes picks up his 3rd foul.
How good has Landry Shamet been? I mean, there was nothing happening, like you said, 3 seconds on the shot clock. He is quick when he puts the ball on the floor. He's finished twice driving to the basket in the first half, so he's knocked down some threes. He's finished taking the ball to the basket. Here he gets himself to the free throw line, but looked a little uncomfortable on that one. Short-armed it on that first one, but it was a good job of attacking a good defender in Quentin Grimes, getting him a little bit late, moving his feet, getting the contact right at the end of the shot clock and getting to the line.
Second free throw at the basket to our left is good. So Shamet has 13. And you're right about his quick first step. I'm sure the scouting report for other teams just says Shamet's a 3-and-D guy, but this is his most minutes of this series. He's caught the Sixers off guard with his driving ability. Edgecombe on the left side arc. He'll drive to the foul line on Clarkson. Poked away from behind. It came to Towns' midsection and then loose for Clarkson.
What a defensive play by Jordan Clarkson.
Now he wants buckets on the offensive end, but instead of a layup, he passed behind him for Towns, who had it poked free. George with the ball, hands to Maxey right wing. He's got room at the foul line, slips into the lane and hits a left-hand layup. Tyrese Maxey, quiet game 3, but 14 points for him in 36 minutes.
He hasn't missed, though. He's getting whatever he wants at the basket. He's 7 for 9. The Knicks are doing a good job taking away his 3-pointers, though.
He's 0 for 1 from 3. 7-point Knick lead, 9:42 to go. Towns toward the far elbow, backing down George, taking his time, left-hand dribble, spins baseline, right-hand jump hook, no at the end of the shot clock again. And Edgecombe outlets the rebound to Maxey. Sixer ball down by 7, 9.5 left. Maxey marked by Shamet. Between the legs, crossover right side, step back at the block, and after a pump fake, he airballs a fadeaway. Towns gets the rebound. Alvarado on the move from right to left. Knicks don't have numbers. Hart on the left wing, closed out by Barlow. They want to post up Towns on George again. He's got it left side mid-post. Steps toward the paint, double team by Barlow. Turnaround baseline, rainbow shot, misses off the left side rim, hit the back rim, but then pop free to Barlow. Knicks have gone cold here to start the fourth quarter. 3 minutes gone by, they lead by 7. Grimes a right point 3, hits again. 2 3-pointers in the fourth quarter for Quentin Grimes, and the Knicks need timeout as the Sixers have started the fourth quarter on an 8-3 run to take a 4-point lead, to trail by 4 now.
You got to go back to Jalen Brunson here, because right now Karl Anthony Towns has a matchup advantage against Paul George in the post. Knicks are getting him the ball 5 feet from the basket, but Paul George is holding his ground and doing a magnificent job and just shutting down Karl Anthony Towns. And if Towns isn't going to score on a smaller defender like that when they're not bringing a double team, then you got to go somewhere else to generate offense, and that might be to have to get Jalen Brunson back in the game.
So the Knicks lead by 4, but they were up by 9 when the fourth quarter began. Time now for Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. The Knicks dominated this statistic in Game 2, and so far it's a narrow margin in Game 3. 44 points in the paint for the Knicks and 40 for the Sixers. Neither team is shooting particularly well from three-point range, so they've been attacking the basket. That was Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month. Forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. So 88-84, Knicks in front, but the Sixers are surging. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup. The largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
88-84, the Knicks lead the Sixers. 24 points from Brunson, 22 from Oubre. But here in the fourth quarter, it's been the Quentin Grimes show, and Knicks fans know he can get hot from three. He's hit 2 of them in this final frame, and it's helped the Sixers get out to an 8-3 advantage in the fourth quarter. They will still keep Towns out there, of course, defended by Paul George, but the big change is Jalen Brunson comes into the game, and you figure they want him out there for all of these final 8 minutes and 50 seconds, which means they'll be at about 39 minutes when the game ends. Will the Knicks have a 3-0 lead? We'll find out. Towns top of the key, looks around, Hart underneath, takes a layup over Grimes and scores, using his strength to put it through for 2 and a 6-point lead.
And Bridges comes back in the game here too. That's very important. Shamet staying out with the starting unit too. So that was Deuce to start the game, but this is the starting unit minus Deuce plus Shamet.
Could be the closing lineup. Oubre right wing, catch and shoot 3. Back rim, no. Rebound, Bridges. The Sixers were 1 of 10 from 3 on Wednesday. If they had made 2 more, they at the very least probably force overtime. Hart at the left side angle, looking around. Oubre on his zip, finds Bridges wide open. Foul line turnaround jumper is good. Mikal Bridges, 19 points. And the Knicks come out of the timeout with 4 unanswered to take an 8-0 lead, or 8-point lead.
The junk trapping defenses is giving up wide open, easy shots to the Knicks. In the fourth quarter, you have to be more solid if you're Philly on defense.
Oubre right side. George near corner, catch and shoot 3. That misses 2 off the front rim. Frustration building here from the Sixer fans. Quite the opposite from the thousands of Knicks fans here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Brunson right wing hesitates, spins on George, poked away to midcourt for Grimes. He'll race ahead with Bridges to the trailer Barlow, and he throws it down over Towns. Big turnover forced there by Paul George. His defense has been a game changer in the fourth. It's a 6-point game. Second steal for George, even though his offense has fallen off a cliff, still stuck on 15 points. Has not scored at all in the second half. Towns trying to post up George again, operating for the near side angle. Back up top for Brunson. He'll take a long 3 and connects. Jalen Brunson a step outside the 3-point arc. He's got 27, and the Knicks lead by 9.
And Kelly Oubre shrugged his shoulders. Like, seriously? That was 5 feet behind the 3-point line. Jalen, Mr. Clutch, just nails it.
Oubre out high. Now Maxey off to his left. 6:44 to go. Knicks by 9. Maxey right side. George into the near corner. Baseline drive. Feeds a cutting Oubre at the foul line. Blocked by Hart. Ball came free. 3 on 2 the other way. Bridges to the rim. Fouled hard by Maxey, and he almost banked it in. But Mikal Bridges will get his 4th and 5th free throws of the ball game. Knicks by 9. 6.5 to go.
Knicks are doing a really good job defensively. Karl Anthony Towns not committing a foul, getting a hand on that shot attempt by Oubre leads to a 3-on-1 fast break. And on the other end, Mikal Bridges gets himself to the line for another couple opportunities. Knicks' execution in crunch time in this series, in these playoffs, has been really good.
They're looking like the more experienced playoff team as Bridges gets a kind front rim roll on the free throw to make it a 10-point game. Of course, essentially the entire roster was a part of 18 playoff games just a year ago. The Sixers had as big of a nightmare season as you could possibly imagine with injuries last year. But they were rewarded moving up in the lottery to get VJ Edgecombe. Bridges gets both, and he's got a 21-point game. He's averaging 20 points in his last 4 playoff games.
And how about no Joel Embiid in the closing lineup here? You have Barlow playing the 5 for this Sixers team down the stretch in the biggest game of the year.
16 points in 31 minutes for Embiid. George draws a foul on Hart just inside the right side 3-point line. They'll say the foul was on the floor, so the very impressive pull-up that George hit will not count. And the Knicks pick up their first foul of the quarter, up by 11, 6:19 to go.
That's the first foul Josh Hart has not argued.
That's funny.
It could have been an and one opportunity, but Josh Hart got the benefit of the doubt on that whistle.
They say, we'll take it. Now it's Brunson, mismatch defended by George, who spins awkwardly to the far side mid-range and got bumped by Brunson, which explains the awkward move. So a foul on Brunson, just his second. Hart, though, did just pick up his 4th. And a great call out, Wally. No Joel Embiid. He is sitting on the bench, so it's not injury related. He's right next to 20-year veteran Kyle Lowry. Maxey near sideline. Bridges lowers on him, and a bounce pass to the right side corner was tipped out of bounds off of Hart. With 7 to shoot, 6:05 to play, and now here comes Joel Embiid. A bold move to go with Barlow. It didn't work. So you have to bring in Joel Embiid halfway through this 4th quarter. He is welcomed back to the court by a cacophony of cheers and boos from the New York and Philly fans here in the city of brotherly love, which we are feeling none of so far this week. George got bumped on the right wing, and the ball came free. Bridges on the move. Brunson right wing. He'll speed to the cut. Floater in the lane. Got it. Jalen Brunson, 29 points. Nick Nurse needs timeout. 5:54 to go in the 4th quarter. It's a game-high 13-point New York lead.
Knicks have broken the Sixers, completely broken them. Their half-court defense is not giving the Sixers anything easy to generate offensively. And then when the Knicks get their stops, immediately running the ball right down their throats on the other end of the floor. And the execution in this 4th quarter, since Jalen came back with 9 minutes to go, has been perfect.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. 2 3-pointers from Quentin Grimes to begin this 4th quarter brought a 9-point lead down to 5. At one point, the Sixers were back within 4. But the Knicks have answered in a major way. In fact, they have gone on an 11-2 run to extend this lead to 13 with 5:54 to go in Game 3. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ORANGE to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything. Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
It is closing time for the Knicks in Game 3. Largest lead of the night. They're up by 13, but you know a strong response is coming from the Sixers. After that Nick Nurse timeout, 5:54 to go in the fourth. 99-86 Knicks. Joel Embiid back onto the floor, 16 points in 31 minutes. But the Knicks have mostly kept him in check. And you can say the same about Tyrese Maxey. He's played 40 minutes, which means he sat for maybe 1 minute. 7 of 10 from the field, but just 14 points. And the 29 from Brunson and the 21 from Bridges have so far been too much to contain.
No question. And the key right now for the Knicks in this last 6 minutes, defend the three-point line. Twos don't hurt you that bad. You cannot allow this team right now, Philly, to get off from the three-point line. That's how they can get themselves back into this game.
Don't want to give him free throws either, and Landry Shamet was tugging on somebody's jersey coming around his screen at the right perimeter, so they'll call the Knicks for their 3rd foul of the quarter. Grimes drew it. Sixers ball from left to right in the white unis. Grimes on the right side, and his drive was sealed off by Shamet. Ball came loose out of bounds. Landry Shamet says, let's go, as they walk back down the court. Knicks ball, 5:40 to go, up by 13.
What a great job fighting over that screen by Landry Shamet. And then he forced Grimes to have nowhere to go and knocked the ball off Grimes' hand.
Shamet's got 13 points in 23 minutes. Part of the closing lineup. Towns up top, pick and pop three. Too strong. Chance for an early dagger there. Would not go. Embiid the rebound. He hands to Maxey. Marked by Shamet. Near sideline just across midcourt. Now it's Embiid. A step inside the top of the key. Maxey right wing. Extra feet. Grimes in the right corner. Triple. In and out. Rebound Towns and an outlet to Shamet. One-on-one with Maxey on the break. He tried to back up. Almost slipped. And now they'll bring it around to Brunson. Back near the red 7 of the center court logo. Towns on the left wing. Screen rejected by Brunson. He'll drive on Grimes' right elbow. Step back, nowhere to go. Find Shamet far wing. He'll slice to the paint. Pump fake at the dotted line. And as he went up for the shot, Maxey smacked him on the wrist. And Landry Shamet will get 2 free throws. 4:48 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Knicks 99, Philly 86.
And Landry Shamet kind of slipped a little bit when he brought the ball up the floor. He's hobbled slightly, but he did a good job of attacking, getting into the paint, getting himself to the free throw line again. Knocks down the first free throw. What a performance by Landry Shamet. I mean, you said it. He wasn't involved much in the first round series against Atlanta. It just wasn't a matchup for him. Alvarado played great, so did Jordan Clarkson. But when you have elite wing players like Maxey, Edgecombe, even Quentin Grimes, he is a taller, lengthier defender. And his defense in this series is paramount. We saw it in the game 2, and now he has carried it over with no edge. OG Anunoby and been outstanding tonight.
He gets both free throws for a 15-point lead. 4.5 to go. George in the lane, double teamed out to Embiid on the right point with 3 to shoot. Pressured by Bridges. Step back 3. Almost an answered prayer, but it's spun out. Offensive rebound, George. Maxey right corner. His three-pointer is good. And a life-sustaining triple from Tyrese Maxey, his first of the game, brings it back to a 12-point deficit.
Only his second of the series, too. That was off a broken, busted play. Knicks got to continue to defend that three-point line.
Brunson, right side arc, leans in. Left-hand bank shot is good. Another 30-point night for Jalen Brunson. He's got 31. He's done this more than any Knick in playoff history. Tyrese Maxey left wing, step back, no. Rebound Brunson, 14-point lead. Long outlet to Bridges for a right-hand layup. He burned Embiid and George down the court, and Nick Nurse needs another timeout. It's a 16-point Knick lead with 3:46 to go in Game 3.
Listen to the crowd. Knicks fans going crazy. Philly fans hitting the exits. This is wild. What a performance. Knicks are so comfortable in this building. They really are. I mean, this is almost like MSG South for this team. The way they play when they come down here to Philadelphia, they just relish playing in this building.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Wally, this was a 20-8 game early in the first quarter. And how many times over the course of NBA history in the playoffs, you got a team down 0-2, they're back on their home court, and they dominate, and the team in the lead says, all right, we'll try to get you back in game 4. The Knicks, they did not respond that way. They came back with an unbelievable response, a plus 12 in the second quarter, and because it's been back and forth ever since then, it was getting the 12-point lead when it looked like any other team might have punted. That's going to make the difference if they can hang on tonight.
It's the production you're getting up and down the roster. That's the bottom line. This is why you develop a bench. This is why you trust guys coming off the bench. In a 7-game series, the matchups get so tight between the starters that you need other guys to come in and change the tone of a game, to grab momentum when you've lost it. And that's exactly what the Knicks have done whenever they've needed to. Their bench has stepped up in so many different ways today.
Paul George straight on 3, missed it wide right, rebound Towns, 3.5 to go, and desperation time is upon us here in Philly. The Knicks with poise, with 12 to shoot, 3:20 to go. Brunson left wing, snatch back 3, in and out. Embiid got the rebound. He was pulled down by the right arm, and Karl-Anthony Towns will pick up his 5th foul. It's the 4th on the Knicks, so no more to give. Again, Wally said you don't want to give up threes, and the free throw game could also get Philly back into it. But as we say that, Wally, what an excellent job avoiding sending the Sixers to the line. They had 34 foul shots in game 1, only 14 tonight. Let's go Knicks. You can probably hear is the chant here in Philadelphia. Embiid catches wide open just outside the restricted area, so takes one step and jams it down. It's a 14-point game, 3:02 to go. Still work to be done to close this thing out. Bridges, far sideline, crosses over Oubre. Edgecombe fell down away from the ball, but he gets back up and defends Bridges, who just handed it off to Brunson at midcourt. Screen from Towns, pick and roll. Holds the ball high, Brunson on the right side, now hands to Hart. Up top, off the dribble 3 over George. Too strong, and Embiid gets the rebound. 2.5 left. A clock-killing possession there for the Knicks, up by 14. Embiid out high, pick and pop, will catch the pass from Maxey and misses a 3 wide left. Rebound from Towns, 2:20 to go. It's Hart across the timeline from right to left. Picked up his dribble, initially wanted streaking Bridges, but it wasn't there. 2:12 left. They're going to drain this clock all the way down to about 2 minutes to go. 8 on the shot clock. Brunson left side baseline drive. Euro in the lane. Fouled hard by Edgecombe. And free throws coming for Jalen Brunson. 2:05 remaining. 14-point Knick lead. And Brunson will get free throws number 7 and number 8. Here come the MVP chants. And there aren't many Philly fans left to drown him out with booze. At the basket to our left. Brunson gets a front rim bounce, and he's got 32 points. And the bench will be emptied by Nick Nurse. A white flag in a gotta-have-it game 3. And the Sixers, who became the 14th team ever to come back from a 3-1 deficit in a 7-game series, they're going to have to become the first team ever to come back down from 3-0 if they want to keep their season alive.
And let's not forget, this is a Sixers team that just beat the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
They beat the 2nd seed in the East.
The favorite in the East.
Yes. And now the Knicks have completely dismantled this team in the first 3 games of this series.
Josh Hart will check out, raises his right hand to the crowd and beckons them for noise. And as they've done all night, they oblige. Ariel Hukporti will come in for Karl-Anthony Towns. Tyler Kolek checked in for Mikal Bridges. Landry Shamet out, Muhammad Diawara in. So right now it's Brunson, Kolek, Diawara, Hukporti, and now Paco Dadie coming in. I feel horrible for the Sixer promo team who is holding Chick-fil-A signs up behind the basket as if they're cheering for the Sixers, hoping to get a miss from Brunson and get some free chicken.
They got 8 nuggets, though.
They got 8 nuggets.
They got 8 nuggets out of it. I was keeping track. So the Knicks missed 2 free throws 4 times.
Yes.
So they got 8 nuggets.
Yeah, the Knicks 22 of 30 from the line, but it did not come back to bite him as Brunson got both there, 33 points for him. And on the other end, Trendon Watford draws a foul, so 2 free throws coming. It's a 16-point Knick lead, 1:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, those Philly employees, they're waving their hands out. Make some noise. And the only noise that's being made is MVP chants for the visiting team. Watford misses the first free throw. Mother's Day, 3:30. That'll be the Knicks' chance to sweep this series from the Sixers. And the way Philly won 3 in a row to shock the world and the Boston Celtics. I didn't think anyone expected this in the first 3 games of round 2. Watford got the second free throw, 15-point Knick lead. Dadier hands off left side to Jeremy Sohan. He will slip past Watford at the dotted line out to Diawara. Right wing, catch and drive, forced to pass to the foul line. It's through Sohan's hands, out of bounds and tipped to the near sideline. And Philly will take it with 102 seconds to go. The lineup is Kolek, Dadier, Sohan, Hukporti, and Diawara. Watford on the right side. He will hand to Barlow. No fake the handoff. That opens up a driving lane to the right baseline. He'll bank it in. So Watford has 3 points in a row. 13-point game. Diawara left corner and a whistle and a foul away from the ball against the Sixers. Time now for the sweet victory moment of the game, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Why don't we go with the Mitchell Robinson inbound alley-oop over the back of Joel Embiid back in the second quarter when the Knicks had just 2 seconds on the shot clock. If you haven't seen that clip on social media, you probably haven't looked at your phone in the last 2 hours because it's blowing up. That was the sweet victory moment of the game, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket. The foul was drawn by Jeremy Sohan. Dalen Terry, once a Knick, always a Knick, committed the foul. We should probably say once a Knick trade piece, always a Knick trade piece. Sohan's free throw rattles around and out at the basket to our left with 1:26 remaining. The Knicks had every excuse to let the foot off the gas and let Philly win this game. After a 20-8 start, Paul George could not miss, OG Anunoby could not play, and Karl Anthony Towns could not avoid fouls. But they found a way to dig deep, and what's going to wind up being a 29-11 bench point advantage has made a massive difference in Game 3. Watford, after the second free throw was made by Sohan, kicks to Walker in the far corner. Bounce pass underneath to Watford. Swinging around Edwards. Up top, Walker. Ball fake to get Hukporti on the move. And then he front rimmed a three-pointer from the top of the key. Sohan outlets the rebound to Tyler Kolek. We've hit the final minute of Game 3. Knicks by 14. Kolek from the left side mid-range misses a one-legged step back. And Dalen Terry gets the rebound. Terry slashing behind the back dribble. Foul line, or a dotted line fadeaway, spins out and pulled down by Sohan. 20 to shoot, 40 to play. Knicks will dribble out some clock here. Diawara on the high sideline. Back to center court for Kolek. Pick and roll, Hukporti, left elbow, ball fake. Dadier dropped a pass to the foul line, came free to Terry. No streak ahead, 2-on-2 with Barlow under.